Welcome to the GameChanger 00100 show. I'm your host, GameChanger. You know what it is, you know what it do, and you know what to do, and that is hit that like button, whether you're watching it new or you are watching it in review. Go ahead and take care of that. Now, covering something that I seen on Chantel Simone's yesterday. It was very interesting. A caller came up. I actually am a little late here because I was listening to as much as I can to provide you with this video on that last night. You see, I kind of caught it mid thing, but even with that, I know exactly where it was going, what the conversation was about, and what the caller's intent was. So very, very easy to pick apart. Go ahead and hit that like button. All right. Before I get into that, to give people time to come up, let me view my survey, my most recent survey. Is Melanie King a pick-me or a chameleon? Last time I checked, it was something like 97.3. Let me see what it is now. Give me a second, y'all. All right. Perfect Storm, RS, what's that? Guinness and Mona, salute to all of you. All righty. And let's see, my channel, Uneducated, salute to you. And been getting a lot of new subscribers lately. Greatly appreciate it. All right. So community and, oh, okay, picked up. It picked up. So out of the 175 people that answered the survey, 8%, which is around maybe 10, somewhere between 10 through 12 people said she's a pick-me. And apparently the other 92% of people says that she is a chameleon. So yeah, I think at least amongst my audience, at least amongst the people sampled, that it's pretty clear that she is very chameleon-esque. She kind of seems a little bit chameleon-ish. So I'll get into that later. Maybe do a pre-record on why I did that. But yeah, nevertheless, let's get into the main topic. RS, salute to you. All right. And thank you, Uneducated, for being a channel member. All right. Share screen. So a woman named May, that's M-E-Y, came on Chantel Simone's show. And she had a lot of interesting things to say about passport bros. Now, according to her, she owns property in the Dominican Republic, and she has a first-person perspective of what's going on. Salute, Gail. Oh, actually, you know something? Before I really get started into the thick of it, Gail had an interesting short that I guess I'll play now. Hold on. Because I've seen it this morning, and I actually didn't recognize you from your picture, even though you look. She's one of the people that look like their picture. Don't trust an avatar. Actually, wait for them to cam up and all that crap. And even still, it's sketchy. But here, all right. So check my history, see if I can find it. Why Gail King come up? All right, hold on. I think this is not. It's not you. You got a common name. Yeah, you got a common name. I'll find it later. And go over it. So salute Dallas. I appreciate you. And Mona, salute to you. All right. Without further ado, let's get started into this. Tell me if you have trouble with the audio.
Don't even have a plan for themselves. You can't even explain their plan. Those are streamers. I see them all the time. I'm like, yo, you're just attacking any female out there like crazy, and she's trying to provide information that's she's speaking out our language and stuff. She understands our struggles. Then they're treating y'all like an enemy and stuff. And for those hating other dudes that's finding success in life, no matter where they go and stuff, they that's the whole thing also too. That's the point. They chose to do another path, and now they stuck. some cases they make themselves stuck at certain areas and stuff. But the reality they chose and stuff. So feed off exactly and everything. They spend all their time. The more time they spend all the time watching you and everything.
So like that's why
you know what, you want to hate you heard this or that about me? Why don't you come join me to see my show and see what you like, don't like. See a whole new view. See, all right.
Thank you so much, Mel, for calling up. Oh, we have somebody who wants smoke. Flash your camera for me, please, and I will kindly bring you up. Let's go to Farah with perfect. Let's go to Farah with your final thoughts. Thanks. Shout out to you, Mel. I'm gonna drop you down.
I just want to say that you're going to have people that first I'm going to ask you this question. How come are like it seemed to be the attractive women that are red pill? Like I've seen like you, Dee, Danica Marie, Gail Nelson. Like I've seen so many attractive red pill women, like for real. Like y'all never seem to be unattractive. Like
because I mean, so, and I understand that logic, but then at the same time, there's so many.
Okay, he is on to something. He is definitely on to something when, and I'm not saying that an attractive woman can't be for the streets or, you know, get the bag or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. However, the ones who, comedians aside, the ones who take in the red pill fully, and I'm not talking about those pretend red pill bitches from Mississippi that's all, you know, big with wig and shit like that, look like they gather around a pot of chitlins and say, girl, child. I'm not talking about chicks like that. I'm talking about the actual red pill women. They do tend to be significantly more attractive. And that is simply put because they don't really need tactics. You see, all the sisterhood is a series of manipulation tactics in order to get men to get with an ugly ass bitch that's beneath them. That is what the sisterhood is designed to do. As I mentioned before, the sisterhood, the scrolls, was created in the post-Civil War era. It was created in a time where there was a number of ineligible black men because of the recent wars, the recent civil wars, took all of the black men away. So that happened. There was a absence. There was a dearth of eligible black men. Also, they feared that with this new emancipation, that black men would start to look for non-black women. So they had this fear and they developed a whole list of sisterhood tactics, which can be listed in the scroll. However, when a woman is on a certain level of attractiveness, she don't need that crap. What need do certain women need for manipulation tactics when they have, you know, small waist, pretty face with the big bank? And some of them got those titties too. And to add insult to injury, they have a pleasant disposition. Case in point.
So a common criticism I hear from people that don't like the Passport Bros is that their game must be weak. Game is only required when you're dealing with bitchy and masculine women. Having game is literally how to manipulate and maneuver feminists into the desired results you want. Why is all that necessary? That's like a whole lot of extra work. So
okay. Now, what she said was very poignant. It is, and is going to come up in this whole spiel between May and Chantel. And I probably, now that I look at it, since she did it today after Chantel's thing, I wouldn't have any doubt that, you know, she was responding to that. But yeah, it's really a shame tactic. Nobody else gets shamed other than black men by the whole concept of I don't have game. That doesn't work on anybody. Tell an Asian man he don't have game and see how quick he laugh at you. Listen, go to your nearest doctor. And most people, like myself, have more than one for various reasons, you know, like specialists and things like that. Ask the male one that is not black. Hell, even ask the black one. Ask him about game. And he will look at you like you're retarded. Just wait. Do this. Actually, I'm going to do this just for fun. My primary physician is he's either Arabic or a different looking type of Indian. I don't know. I can't place the accent, but he's definitely South Asian. I'm going to, next time I get my blood work done, I'm going to ask him, what's my game level? And see the expression on his face. See the look of a highly educated man look at me like I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Like, what's my game reading? Is that showing up on the blood test? What's my swag meter? How much swag do I have, doctor? Please tell me. I would love to see his response to that. And I like messing with people. So that is definitely on the to-do list. All right. Let me play some more.
Attractive women who are entitled and modern, have a modern mindset. So I don't think looks, and thank you for calling me attractive, but I don't think looks plays a part. And I would be curious to have that conversation. I would be curious to dive deeper into that, but I don't know, because a lot of these attractive women are proving themselves to be chameleon by the day.
Yeah, it's just like you have attract.
Okay, once again, the final score, not the final score, but the current score on the Is Melanie King a Chameleon? And this is y'all vote, not mine. I didn't vote on my own stuff. It is 92% chameleon, 8% pick me. And I got a feeling that those 8% might have been her, several times, but nevertheless, let's continue.
Attractive and unattractive women, but on like that side of the modern woman side, but the women who are attractive, like only Red Pill has attractive women only. That's the deal. Like, I never seen an unattractive Red Pill woman.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Like, that's me. And also, I wanted to tell you that like a lot of people want to hate on you. Like, I've seen men who've hated on Passport Bros because they feel. Okay,
so people are in the chat room talking about how she cammed up for a couple of seconds. Here, and I seen it, and they want me to pause and examine her looks. I'm not going to do that because it was information gathered under unfair circumstances. She didn't want to have it presented. So I'm not really going to use her appearance against her. However, she does look exactly like if you watch this video in this part again, I didn't hear this part new. I actually don't come in until later, and you can see in the chat room when I start chatting, that's when I actually heard it. So I didn't see her initially cam up. However, she looked exactly like I pictured her in my mind from listening to her talk. And you could kind of tell you'll later tell just from the energy in which she speaks, how adamant she is about this, how dedicated she is to the sisterhood, that what she looks like. Because once again, you have to look a certain way to rely on the sisterhood in order to get a man. You just do. So, and she looked like I pictured. And I'm not talking about like her weight or anything like that. Quite frankly, I can't tell, but there's a certain, what's the word I'm looking for? Ugliness. There's a certain ugliness that's not genetic. There's a certain look that a woman develops that didn't happen genetically. However, it happened from a prolonged life of having extraordinarily shitty expressions on their face. Like, take this for example. This is Gail, right? I'm not going to comment on her physical appearance either. I am going to comment on her physical actions in this thumbnail picture, and to say that she's smiling in it. She's probably a person that smiles regularly. You know, she smiles quite often, not just for the camera. She's a generally happy person. And as a result, over the decades, you know, of getting an ample amount of Halloween candy, of getting, you know, a satisfactory amount of Christmas presents, you know, having a decent Easter from time to time. Like, it seems like she has exercised her general happiness muscles for decades. Things like this take their toll on the physical appearance of a person's face later in life. Now, the opposite is true. The opposite is true. If a person walks around with a resting bitch face, there will come a point where it is no longer resting. There will come a point where you just maintain a static bitch face. And by static in the development world simply means unchanging. And in the software world, static just means it's unchangeable. It's immutable. Well, really, immutable means unchanging. Static means something else. But let's just go with static. Static bitch face. That means it becomes their default face. Their default face is a bitch face, which becomes very unattractive. It's one of those things. Your face is one of those things. Yeah, static as opposed to dynamic. Exactly. Dynamic would be if it's a, you know, if it's a changing thing. No, their face is just stuck like that, more or less. So anyway, she has definitely that expression. She also has the expression of she also has a look of a chronic weed smoker, which is very unattractive over a prolonged period of time on women.
Feel like those bros are killing the community, but like the deal is, a lot of men thought the community has been killed already with a lot of stuff, like black men being belittled for and being bashed for, like ever since the 1970s, 80s, and 90s to this day. So like that's why a lot of your Generation Z men like me, I plan on going overseas for a wife. If I want a black woman, I'll go to Africa. If I want a Latin woman, I'll go to South America. It's just the thing of that you don't have to chain yourself to an African American woman if you want a black woman. That's the deal with me, because there's plenty of beautiful, classy black women all over the earth. But are you going to typically find them at the first glance of an eye in America? Like it's definitely hard to find in America. So.
And I think also that comes with, you know, educating yourself and understanding that there are blacks outside of America. Like that was one thing that shocked me the most, is how many African Americans didn't know that there were black people living outside. So, you know, when they hear men say, "Oh, we're getting here,"
actually, that's shocking too. But it's not too shocking, because when she came here from Jamaica at 15, she found herself in Florida. And no offense to Florida people, but y'all stupid as shit. So I can imagine her coming across a bunch of Florida people, and they say stuff like, "You're telling me that," and y'all have your own language. Y'all have your own language. And I'm not talking about Miami. I'm talking about not Miami, Florida. I'm talking about not Miami, Florida. Has its own language that when I hear it, like on shows like Cops or something like that, or First 48 or whatever, I hear y'all talk. I'm like, what the fuck is these niggas saying? So I can imagine her first impression of Black Americans being Florida people, and they saying some, oh, you mean to tell me that there are Black people in the world that's not from America? I mean, even a kid, you have to be a special adult, like, in order to not know that. So yeah, I believe it's possible, but I hope that that's not commonplace. I hope that if I walk out, side in this California street and ask 10 Black people, about that, they wouldn't say that. Now, there are a lot of other people who don't really understand stuff. When I talk about other people, I'm talking about non-Black people, because people don't think about Black people as much as we like to think that they do. And they are, even the highly educated ones, even the ones that went to the Ivy League. I know people who went to Stanford who thought that my family was African immigrants. And this is a person that watched the NBA, that watched boxing, that listened to rap and stuff like that. So they appreciate the entertainment value of Black people, not knowing that all of the ones that they admire so much are descendants of slaves. That type of ignorance does exist. However, why would he care? He was Indian, not Native American. He was Indian. I don't know who, I just know Gandhi. That's it. I don't know anybody else in that history, nor do I give a shit. So why would I expect them to give a shit? But if you're Black and you say some crap like that, yeah, that's pretty Florida of you. All right.
Passport, they automatically think that they're dating outside of the race, when it's like they're just dating outside of the nationality, the ethnicity.
Yeah.
Let me ask something real quick. Hey y'all, I got plenty to say about this passport issue. This passport bros. I want to ask you, Ishmael.
This passport issue. You know something? Here's the thing. Accents are sexy when sexy women have it. But when you are not that hot, and I'm talking personality here, when you're not that hot and you have an accent, what is telling men's subconscious? Take Chantel, for example. Her personality is very appealing and she has an accent. So it really makes that region that she got her accent from seem more appealing. Now, I will say this. It's not. As far as I know, it's not. Chantel has yet to be so pleasant that it has washed the bad taste of Jamaicans out of my brain. And that's because there was a Jamaican family in my neighborhood. And I think both of them was psychotic. Because the female was overweight and she bullied the other girls. And I don't even want to say what her brother was. I think they was twins or something, but it was just ridiculous. So had a lot of it. Like, I never really looked at them as something that I wanted to smash, probably because of her. She was fat and she just always wanted to get into fights with other local regular size, 90s Oakland chicks. She was insane. Really left a bad taste in my brain, and Chantel hasn't washed it away yet. Sorry, love. Nevertheless, you hear an accent, and when it comes from somebody like May, it makes wherever she comes from sounds like shit. That's why Mississippi bitch. First of all, they look like crap. Second of all, they eat dirt. And third of all, they say a bunch of chitlin banner. Anyway, I won't even get into that. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, please. And while I do that, I received a cash app from Freeman's Journal. Let me see if it says something. Give me a second. Oh, crap. What does it go to the... here we go. All right. $5. It says, Californians are dumb too. Yes. Californians are dumb too. Listen, I call a spade a spade. Californians are dumb. Florida, the reason why because listen, something y'all should know about me, I don't live in places where palm trees don't exist. All you people, I think I was talking to Mutt. I think I was talking to Mutt on the phone, and she was saying something about shoveling snow out of her drive. What the hell? No, I'm not moving to a place where I got to shovel goddamn snow out my drive. No, I am not doing that at all. You will not catch me shoveling snow anywhere. I visit Dallas in Christmas time, and my dad, I seen this man put WD-40 in the keyhole. I was like, nah, I am not doing no crap like that. I only live where palm trees grow, period. Now, received a job offer in Florida years ago. And I was like, okay, this is a sunshine state. This is the only sunshine state on the east that I'm aware of. So I was like, okay, what do I know about Florida? And I know Casey Anthony. And when y'all, and when I'm talking about y'all, I'm talking about the jury of Casey Anthony, let that crazy, pretty, but y'all let that crazy ass bitch free. I was like, oh, Florida is stupid. So I left with, listen, I don't know. I'm an outsider. I only been to the airport, but I left with the impression like Florida is stupid. Y'all acquitted that. Y'all stupid. And then George Zimmerman, y'all stupid. So yeah, it's stuff. It's stuff about the place that make me think that it's stupid. Not to say California is geniuses, just saying. All right. Hit the like button. Oh, shout out to Chantel Simone. Salute to her for the way she handled herself last night. All right. So.
I think that's Farrah Ishmael. Have you dated? There's 300. I think it's 300 million people. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. In America, in the United States, right? Somebody tell me. Yeah, about 300 million. Right. Okay, so if we got about 300 million, let's say about half of that is females, and maybe I don't know what percentage might be eligible within your age range that's dateable. So Ishmael, are you saying as a man in America that you have dated all across ethnicities with all these people and the internet?
All right. That was extremely bad math because it seems like she attempted to start at the top, like start with, 370 million people here in the US. She wanted to start there and then kind of like narrow down how many women, but she got exhausted. So she just started with the 370 million people in America and then ended there. This is like, what was the point of that? And then she just brought up the point out of nowhere, dating across ethnicities. Now, remember, this is the same guy that just said that if you want to date a black woman. So right off the bat, her math is not her strong suit. Not her strong suit. And also her statistics is very bad. And I understand why from an academic standpoint. I do. And this isn't a shot at her, it's more of a shot at the educational system, but I do understand why. And it really doesn't matter. Like, it could be 1 billion people in America. It really doesn't matter because what matters, what's important is the ratio of women that he is compatible with, that he's mutually compatible with. Because no matter what, there is a finite amount of women that he can date in a given period of time. Even if he was a guy that is capable of dating a woman a night, is still only 365 women. So in a 10-year period, it's 3,650. It really doesn't matter about the other millions and millions of women out there when he is bound by time to the maximum amount that he can date, which means that everyone is bound by the maximum number of women they can date. Now, from that maximum number, let's just say it's 5,000, right? From that maximum number, of that, what is the probability that he finds one that he is compatible with? Therefore, if he is not compatible, which most men aren't, with the large culture of women, then that 5,000 that he is temporarily reduced to, and every man from him to Michael B. Jordan, you're reduced by time to that. So that amount that you're reduced to is going to become a complicated search. So her bringing up and then not to mention, there's just as many guys out there. So her bringing up the 300 million people really doesn't. I mean, there's like nearly 2 billion people in China. That doesn't really help the situation now, does it? It really shows that she has a rudimentary understanding of statistics. But once again, it's not her fault. I remember I had to take a statistics course. And the teacher, so there's two. There's statistics for computer science and engineering, which is what I had to take. And then there's general statistics that everybody has to take in order to graduate college. My professor taught both. And when he gave us the study guide for the one that everybody has to take for the final or midterm or something like that, he gave us that one by mistake. And I was like, oh crap, this shit is going to be easy. This is going to be a piece of cake. I don't know why everybody else was complaining about statistics. Okay, so this person says statistics was fun. Yeah, see, now I know which one you took. Because the one I had to take, so you took the one of the test that I seen, and I was like, this is going to be easy. I was thinking, this is going to be fun. But then he gave us the regular one. And I was like, oh, this is not fun. This is not fun. So, yeah, I get why she is under that understanding. Okay, I'm going to stop talking so much because she was on here for a while. Chantel did overtime. So salute to her. Let me play some more.
Which gives you access across the United States. And are you telling me that, or telling people that you haven't been able to find one woman in this country? Tell me, I don't know.
Well, the deal is with me, I haven't been able to find one woman that is appealing enough to me because of the deal is that I have personal issues as far as I've had issues, and also I've had things that hinder me from seeing certain things.
And how is that going to change when you go abroad? How is that going to change so different?
Because the deal is, like, me and my father were taught that men don't necessarily have to go after the woman.
Okay, so again, it's not about numbers, it's about concentration. I repeat, it's not about numbers, it's about concentration. Say you're looking for strawberries. Say you're looking for strawberries. And in a barrel full of raspberries. Now, if you have a barrel with 10 strawberries and 90 raspberries, you're better off in that barrel than one that has 20 strawberries and let's just say 300 raspberries. Because the ratio is more to your favor. So once again, she's counting the number of strawberries when a person, an intelligent person, which is what he's doing innately, is counting the probability. So that's what he's doing, and that's what his father taught him to do. She will never understand that because, and this is something I noticed when she was dealing with Chantel, she talks more than she listens. So there's that.
Well, my father is from New York. He's from the old school. He taught me that men don't have to always go for the woman. But in the United States, it's a topsy-turvy thing where it feels like the woman always have to go for the man. And what the hell? My bad. I'm sorry, Chantel, for cursing.
When you
it's
say go for, can you explain what go for mean? You mean compete with or compete for? Compete
no,
for
I
who?
mean as far as they think that in America, they think that men should basically encounter the woman while the woman encountering the man. And the deal is, I think it should be equal. Both men and women should encounter each other. But like when
So you want women to approach you, is what you're saying?
I'm really saying it can be equal. Like I want to approach women, and I want women to approach me.
Okay, so that sounds to me like you approach women, but the women don't reciprocate and approach you. Is that what you're kind of saying?
All right, to Silent Lamont. I really don't have anything against this brother. However, he's a little green, but he said he was young. Now, on that, I'm going to say that he's representing himself. He's telling his story. He's not really representing anyone. When you say, you know, y'all need a better represent, what do you mean, y'all? But that's a new one.
For you personally?
Actually, I've had a few, but not that much. Really.
And the ones that do approach you, they don't meet your quality.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Hold on 1 second. Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying, brother? That the ones that you approach you don't meet your quality?
No, I'm saying that the ones that actually, to be honest, yeah, because like they tend to give me their number and then they don't respond.
They
like,
flake off.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the deal. This is where I'm coming from personally when it comes to this. I have a lot of background in this genre right here, this passport bros. I have property in a country that is considered a passport bro haven. Okay. So I'm speaking from experience, and I have had lots of conversations with the prostitutes that frequent these places. I'm only talking about one country, okay, in particular. And I brought property there because they do have this exact thing going on. It makes it prime real estate, okay? And the country is Dominican Republic. So I'm speaking from a place of knowledge. And I'm the only Black woman I have seen from America who walks those streets, okay, in Dominican Republic. And so I have made friends over the years.
Now, look at the look on Chantel Simone's face right now. And this is because Chantel is thinking what I was thinking. And she said it earlier. And that is, Black people live in places other than America. So for her to say she is the only Black person, or she's the only Black woman walking the streets of the Dominican, and then Chantel gives that look like, oh gosh, she's one of those. She must be from Florida. She's one of those. She's one of those people that walk the streets of the Dominican Republic, see all of the other beige and Black people walking down, and because she's from the States, she says she's the only Black person. So right then, she has a very remedial understanding of the universe. Oh, and she's not even the only Black American woman walking the streets of the Dominican, but that's here nor there. And she's going to say that later. But Chantel kind of, look at her face. Look at her face. This is the face of somebody who is worried about the mental exhaustion to come. Like, whenever you are in a situation where you have to speak to someone and then you find out immediately that they're stupid, it's like, oh God. It's like that, oh God look. You know, it's like if your job is to mow lawns or something, and you look and it's a football field, it's like, oh God. Oh God, this is gonna be a while. You know, that is the look that she has right now. Shout out to Chantel Simone.
Property there 8 years. So I'm speaking everything I know from experience, stuff I know. And I want to tell you how I got to that place so you can get an understanding of why I'm very much against the passport bros and anybody who supports it. Okay, so this is the deal. I had a brother approach me, and we kind of had a similar background in terms of careers. And he told me he was coming up in the Dominican Republic. And when I say coming up, I mean coming up making big money. And so what he does is he brings a lot of men who do not have success in America, Black men, from the city of Atlanta, and he brings them into an experience. He provides them prostitutes and alcohol, a place to stay, tourism, a good time where they guaranteed that they get 3 or 4 women who will hang on them all day, all night, and they will be their personal sex slaves and servants. This is all organized, okay? It's a very big network. It's very true. And he told me.
Now that is interesting. So it seems like he's, I don't want to say a pimp because that has a different meaning here in the States, but he's a facilitator. Now, believe it or not, and it's kind of weird, that is illegal in the Dominican Republic. And though prostitution is legal, anything that's pimp related, or if you own a business, or if you try to have a brothel or something like that, that's illegal. Which really gets me to question if this story is entirely true. Because stuff like that don't really last. I mean, don't get me wrong. Somebody can do it. Anybody can really do it. You know, you just need to speak to a group of prostitutes and say, hey, I can get you steady clients. And then speak to the clients here in the States and say, I can get you steady prostitutes. You know, you just need to make that connection. But they crack down on stuff like that. And that's for, they don't want it advertised and marketed in that way. So if what she's saying is true, this guy is really, really, really taking a risk of winding up in a Dominican prison, which is probably where you don't want to be. You know, I don't want to be a person from Atlanta in a Dominican prison. And when people say, why are you here? You have to say, from pimping women like your sister. I don't want to be in that position. So JB says, you know that, oh, trust me, there's plenty of lies to come. There are plenty of lies to come.
How good the money was. And so one of the things that I did is I kind of looked into it. And I realized that, you know, I went there and I visited and I saw nothing but Black men walking up and down the street, exactly as explained. But what I did is I just bought real estate because I knew that it was going to be prime real estate. And I rent my stuff out to Europeans. Europeans have used my space. I use Airbnb. So this is how I know. And so I've had lots of conversations. And this is the concern I have. You brothers do not have any idea of what you guys are walking into. I have had many conversations.
Okay. I'm going to take her friend's business at face value. And she says, you guys don't have any idea. Look at Chantel's face. Look at Chantel's face. Chantel, if you're still there, you are transparent as hell. You are transparent as hell. Your apprehension of listening to this woman is very transparent. But anyway, you guys don't know what you're walking into. I think that they do. I think that they know that they are walking into the vagina of 3 Dominican sex slaves. I do think that they know that they are walking into that because they're paying your friend for alcohol and 3 Dominican sex slaves, and they are walking into that. Like, what do they not know? Like, did they pay for 4 and they only got 3? Like, is that what you're saying? Are you trying to throw shade to your friend's business? Like, what do they not know about that?
conversations with young prostitutes and old prostitutes. And let me tell y'all something. They are selling y'all lies. And I know because I have 8 years of experience and I talk to the women.
So apparently she walks up and down the streets of the Dominican Republic as a married woman talking to prostitutes. Hola, mami. Like she just sits down and have like regular conversations with Dominican prostitutes. That's what she does in her spare time. Now, keep in mind, she's a wife and mother. Have her tell it. So imagine coming home to your wife and you say, "Hey, honey, you going on a trip?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm about to head out to the Dominican for a week. I'm going to stay on my property there, and I'm going to, sit mimosas and talk to prostitutes." Oh, are you bisexual? No. I just like having conversations with foreign prostitutes. That's just what I do. Yes, I could be knitting, or I could be tending to my children. I could be cutting up carrots for my kids' soccer match. I could be homeschooling my kids, but I would rather be having conversations with Dominican prostitutes. That's what I like to do. That is what I, as a woman, wife, mother, etc., like to do. Yeah, I could be gardening. I could be fixing you a sandwich. But instead of fixing you a sandwich, I am going to be talking to Dominican prostitutes.
So what's the problem though? You haven't said the problem yet. What's the actual problem?
The problem is they're selling lies. That's the problem.
Okay, women in the US are selling lies too.
Quick question, May. Are you the same?
What lies are they selling? What lies are they selling? Apparently, your friend is taking money in exchange for temporary sex slaves. What lie is there? Where's the lie? Like I'm not following. Like, Pablo, help me out. Where's the lie in this?
Same one who was commenting on my post, and when I asked you to come up, you ran?
No, I didn't run. You started insulting my daughter.
Oh, perfect.
I don't do that. You don't insult my child.
So we're gonna use this opportunity to have the conversation,
okay,
right?
we can have that conversation, but I'm addressing the brother at this second.
Insulting your daughter. Okay, I don't know what Chantel said about her daughter, but I can't picture Chantel saying anything truly harmful about somebody's daughter. I will say this: there is no greater insult to a child than who would you rather spend time with than them. Because I remember as a kid, quick story. I remember as a kid how pissed I was that my dad was spending time with my cousin because his father, because his brother, my uncle, et cetera, my cousin's father was away on business. So, he was there for a while and my dad was playing Army Man with him. And I was like, dang, Pop. Why? I was maybe like 5 years old. I was like, dang, Pop, why are you spending time with the cousin? I'm your son. So I know that feeling. Now this is my natural blood cousin. Now I want you to magnify that feeling when that other person is a Dominican prostitute. Because that is what you are doing to your daughter. Like, hey, mommy, why won't you spend time with me? Well, I have to talk to Dominican prostitutes. There is no greater insult you have given your daughter than that. That the company of a Dominican prostitute, as a seemingly heterosexual woman, the company of a Dominican prostitute is more important than the company of your daughter. Chantel offered no greater insult than that.
and I have.
No, you're not. You're on my channel. You're addressing me on my channel.
No, I'm saying I'm addressing his conversation about the passport.
No.
All right. Somebody said, maybe she's a journalist, GC. No, she's not. She's a panelist. She's not a journalist. Why? Because there's no journal. There's nothing. Nothing! There is nothing. There's nothing written. There's no Instagram. There's no YouTube page. There is just like an empty circle with another circle with a picture, with a makeshift picture of a person inside of it. That is the extent of what she does with 8 years of information of speaking to prostitutes. I have been preparing. She is Killmonger of this. I have been preparing. I have killed people in Iraq, Afghanistan, even people here that is her. She has been preparing just for this conversation with Chantel, and she gets slaughtered. That is what happens. She's not a journalist. There's no journal of this. She just keeps mental notes of her escapades with, her verbal escapades with Dominican prostitutes.
And we're going to talk. Yes, that's what we're talking about on my channel.
I know it's your channel. You don't have to tell me. I know that. This is Chantel.
So we're going to have the conversation. One about the passport bros, right? Because that's what this is about. Come and tell me why you're mad about the passport bros.
Yeah, I'm staying on topic.
So why you mad about the passport bros is because
I'm not mad. Honey. I'm trying to tell you, I'm not mad.
You say why are you against them then? Why are you against the passport bros?
I'm opposed.
Because you said that they're prostitutes. They're selling lies. Are you opposed to everything that sell lies to people, or is it just specifically the passport bros?
Okay, I would have went a different route because I wouldn't even concede that they're selling lies unless they are telling these men that they're getting something other than what they're paying for. I don't really see the lie here, especially in the situation that your friend was describing. I think everybody knows what they're getting when they buy a prostitute. I don't know what the lie is there. So yeah, that there is that. So I wouldn't even concede that point, but Chantel, she wants to move the conversation forward. So, she's basically saying, okay, let's just go with they're selling lies, but they sell the lies here too. Now, I will say this. Soliciting a prostitute, you're not really buying a lie. However, here is where the lie is mostly sold. If you take somebody like Brittany Renner, for example. Brittany Renner sold PJ Washington a lie. I mean, and there's millions of cases out there like that. A woman they sell lies. They sell the prospect of love, marriage, baby carriage, and you get the baby carriage, but you do not get what you are paying for. Shout out to Tyrese Gibson. These are the actual lies being sold, and it costs more than $40 or whatever her husband's friend or whatever her friend is charging.
For example, Lizzo promotes body positivity.
You're asking me about passport bros. That's what this show is about.
And I'm saying, are you opposed to everyone who sells lies, or is it just the passport bros?
Else. Okay.
I am asking you if you are opposed to every organization who sell lies, or are you just opposed to the passport bros?
I just said
yes or no.
Okay, let me answer your question. I have 8 years experience. I started out that way, so I'm not talking out the side of my neck. I'm talking.
That is not even close to answering look at her face. That is not even close to answering the question. This is a very plain yes or no question. Are you opposed to people selling lies, or are you opposed to foreigners selling lies? Basically, she sees men, as black men in particular, as suckers. And we are. We're raised to be suckers. For generations now, we have been raised to be suckers. And just like a kid with another kid's hand in a Halloween pot, hit the like button. She's upset because somebody else is stealing her suckers.
talking from experience, which I don't think you have. I don't think you have property.
Can you answer? Are you understanding the question I'm trying to ask you?
I answered your question. You just don't like.
Are you opposed to every organization that sell lies? Because you said you're opposed to passport
everything in America
because
sells lies, honey. Everything in America in the world.
So then, do you?
Okay, so she finally answered the question. I gotta stop doing this so often. I do it out of habit because you can only let them talk so much before YouTube screens you for copyright and blah, 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 blah. But Chantel is cool, so I don't have to worry about that. But I did develop a habit of doing that. So she finally answered the question, and everywhere in the world sells lies. There's nothing more honest than you pay for something and the person gives you what you paid for. Now, I could see how sex may be a thing if you buy sex. I could see how a woman may sell you on, the best experience ever, and then she winds up on some, starfish shit. I could see that being the case, but maybe not. But that's not what she's describing.
You go so hard for all the organizations.
You ask people to call in if they had an opinion. That's what I'm doing. What do you mean?
And I'm just asking you a question, ma'am.
You
I'm just
ask people
asking
to
you a
call
question
in
for
if they
clarification. You
That's what
said
I'm
you are
doing.
against the passport bros because they're selling lies because of some prostitutes that happen
And
in the
I
Dominican
have
Republic.
evidence and I have experience to back it up, and that's why I'm here to talk about
Good
it.
for you. Good for you. And I'm asking to clarify. Are you against all the organizations, and do you have evidence to back up all those organizations that are selling lies or just the passport bros?
We're going to direct something else. Okay, gotcha.
Continue.
Yeah, I didn't call to talk about like hair weave and how that's a lie. I didn't call for that. I called about the passport bros. Very straightforward idea, and I'm speaking on that as someone who has 8 years experience in that environment. And
so what would be your alternative? You said you're against them. What should they do? Men who are getting their passport to go overseas, who claim that they're getting their passport for wives. What is the alternative? What would you recommend that they do instead?
I'll get to that, but I'm trying to clarify why it is lies. And let me just give that moment. Just give me
Okay. Y'all not hitting the damn like button. It's literally like half the likes as it is people in here. It's what, like 122 people? And it's like 66 likes? What the fuck? What's wrong with y'all? Hit the like button. It's right there. Just hit the button. I keep saying it. Look. Here's how it works. Let me show y'all how it's done. All right.
This incredible dental device is
apparently it's weird science to people, so I'll explain it. All right. This is what you do. All right. So this triangle shaped here. This in the middle of the screen, you see a triangle shaped object. Now that's your mouse pointer. It kind of reminds you of the spaceship on the video game of the 80s video game Asteroids. Now, what you do is you take your mouse. Now, it's tricky because it's not actually a mouse. So, you don't have to worry about your cats being afraid of it or anything like that. No, you take your mouse, right? And you maneuver it on an XY grid to the location over this thumb icon, right? And then you press the left. Be careful, do not press the right one. You press the left button on your mouse. And then it makes a clicking sound. Now, after that sound is made, you have the thumb itself darkens. The thumb itself darkens, indicating that you have liked the video. Did I say cats are afraid of them? I meant that the ones that are afraid of cats, and rightly so. No, this is an electronic mouse. Now, after clicking it, once you hover over it, it says unlike, which means you do not click it again. If the icon, the thumbs up icon, is hollow, meaning that it's white, that is not good. It needs to be clicked. If it is darkened, it no longer needs to be clicked. Now that we have the procedure, there we go. Now it's in a reasonable range. All right. Now back to the show.
A moment, and I'll explain why they're selling lies. And why I'm telling you that is because I'm gonna go down at least 4 of them real fast. I'm not gonna drag it out. Number 1, these women are mostly all prostitutes. They come to buy men.
Okay. What she's saying is there is an element of truth in that. And here's the element of truth. Let me get rid of this. Here's the element of truth. Anywhere you go that has been designated as a tourist destination is going to have a high concentration of prostitutes. And I'm not even talking about like in the first world, or excuse me, or just in the developing world. You go to Vegas, it's going to have a high concentration of prostitutes. It's not that most American women are prostitutes. It's because prostitutes know that that is where men with money go. I remember I was in Border City, Nevada. Look it up if you don't know it. It's where Californian people go if they want to ski or something like that, right? It's one of the many places we go if we want to ski. So yeah, the thing about California is we get snow when we want it. If we want snow, then we go to Nevada and we ski there and stuff like that. So I was there, right? And apparently there was a golf. I wasn't there to ski, but apparently there was a golf tournament going on. And there was a bunch of women there. I actually hit on one of them just to find out she was a prostitute from Florida. So she actually flew into Florida to follow these golf niggas around to sell pussy. That's just part of the game. That's just part of when you are a person with money, prostitutes are going to follow where they believe you are to be. It doesn't have anything to do with the population of Border City or anything like that. It just means that prostitutes are aggressive saleswomen. But for her to just judge the majority of a nation or something like that based on her interviews with people that you are deliberately seeking out as prostitutes is ridiculous.
Men, come to be by men. I have seen them leave one man and go and get another one. Like she said she's going to.
Now this dude, right? This big pocket dude. I see him on Danica Marie's. And he is a white dude who obviously is attracted to black women. And he often up-talks the whole travel experience. And he downplays Western women. So he knows as well that it is problematic. And I don't know anything about his physical appearance. Oh, by the way, I do see white guys like that when I go to the Dominican Republic. They do tend to prefer the company of Haitian women who are per capita darker. So that's what they like. And, I actually lost a masseuse to a white dude. Maybe not like this, but there was a massage place that I went to all the time because she was spectacular and she wasn't like the hottest chick, in the Dominican. She was Haitian. Never slept with her. She was just really good at giving massages. And I went one year and I was like, hey, where's such and such? And the dude was like, she's gone. She got married to a Canadian dude. I'm assuming he was white. So that's that. Like he wifed her and he gets free massages for the rest of his life. But anyway, no, I just see that dude around.
To get her nails done, and she's going and getting her another lick, and then she's coming returning back to your room. I've seen these things with my own eyes. So these women have no loyalty. I want to say that that's one of the lies, that they're loyal and all of that. Number two,
I don't really think. Okay, here's the thing. If what she's doing is attempting to caution Black men from falling in love with prostitutes, I would definitely second that. I definitely co-sign that. Foreign or domestic, you should not fall in love with a prostitute. That movie, Pretty Woman, Julia Roberts and I forget his name. Somebody let me know in the chat. Julia Roberts, Pretty Woman, that is a myth. Do not fall in love with a prostitute, because essentially, foreign or domestic, and I'm talking about women who do it on the side here in the States too. Like you meet her, she's a waitress, but she sells pussy on the side or something like that. The thing is that because they are trained, Richard Gere, thank you. Greer or Gear or something like that. Yeah. But anyway, because they are trained to see men as temporary financial gain, they actually have to train themselves not to get attached. I mean, there's a number of reasons, but the primary reason for me is that they're trained to not get attached to their clients, which means that they have extraordinary difficulties getting and maintaining a connection with any man. And I wouldn't recommend it for that reason. Maybe it's a little different for the locals who may have girlfriends who prostituted because they only see foreign men as tricks and johns, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Nevertheless, it's not a good deal. So if she's saying that, I co-sign. But most men know that. Most don't treat a hoe like a housewife. Most men know that. But I'm assuming that the guys that solicit prostitutes there are soliciting prostitutes. They're not looking for wives out of literal hoes.
they are all for sale to the highest bidder. And if you think you have a relationship with them, they have 3 or 4 other men in other countries, maybe Europe, maybe Canada, that they are getting money from and they are still engaged with, and you think you're the only one, and you're not. Number 3, if you bring them back to your country or expose them at all to America, they will leave you. They are going to leave you. There is no loyalty.
I agree with that. I have heard of that happening, particularly with Dominican women. I heard that happening with Dominican women, and I'm pretty sure it is a real thing. Like, I think that a large concentration of them's life's goal is to get to New York or New Jersey, where they have a strong population, they have their own community set up, and you know, chances are they'll just live with their cousin, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And if they're exceptionally attractive, which they are, and I know this because when I fly to the Dominican, I typically fly out of Newark or what's they call it? Miami station. Miami, right? I typically fly out of there, and the women who get flued in eventually go back, and I see them on the plane. And these are the baddest of the bad because they actually have people who fly them in. They get flued in. So they quickly realize that they can make a considerable amount of money off their looks wherever they go. And, you know, I can understand that. So, yeah, she is right about that. America is a shitty place. It's like a cultural wasteland, dumpster, whatever you want to call it. So it's a great place to make money, but it's a horrible place to make families. That being said, if you bring somebody here, like, why would you eat your steak in a bathroom or a truck station bathroom? You don't. So I would recommend, at least with Dominican women, that you keep them there. Now, and this comes from the white guys. Pacific Islanders are loyal as hell. and this is my experience. This is my experience. They come here, they find because the white guys tend to go for them. They come here and they find their husbands, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they stay with them. I know because I've been with their daughters. So they stay with them for a long time. You know, they are on some death do you part stuff. Now, they're nowhere near as hot as the Dominican women. I will say that. But however, as like wifely loyalty, oh, they have that in abundance. They have that in abundance. Like that is, if you had to gamble a wedding ring, you know, you're better off there. Dominicans are way hotter, but you know, you will not get left the moment she says that I'm going to, hey, Poppy, let me have some money to go get my hair done in Little Dominican in New York, and you won't see her ass again. So yeah, fun facts.
These women are completely about money. There is no love. The relationship is only bound by money. If you don't have money, like I see Dennis Sperling, he has all these women around him and stuff. He's paying them by the hour. I've seen it with my own eyes. I know what I'm talking about. The good girls in those countries, they stay away from foreign men. They don't mess with them.
Now, that is not true. That is not true. However, there is an element of truth to it. Good girls aren't entirely repulsed by foreign men. However, if they are with a foreign man sexually, and I'm talking about the women who are not prostitutes, they're not entirely good. Because let's face it, fellas. Let's face it. No matter what, you are a man on vacation. I repeat, you are a man on vacation. Now, what does that mean? It means that these are not dumb women. They know that that love, marriage, and baby carriage is not likely to happen because you are a person there on a temporary basis. They know that. Now, so any sex that you have is something that she's doing for temporary gratification, and they do it for temporary gratification. But the primary reason that, in my experience, as a person who don't live in the Dominican, nor do I plan to ever live there, in my experience, the primary reason that they have sex is, one, it's a small island and they don't have to worry about their reputation. They with foreigners, you know, like there, if it's a small island, small community, you know, you sleep with 4 or 5 guys, chances are he knows somebody who knows somebody that would have been your husband, but he found out that guy hit it. So they don't have to worry about that with foreigners. That's one reason. Another reason is you can show them a good time. You can show them a good time pretty much throughout the day and throughout the escapades. So that's another reason. So yeah, that probably would mean that they're not good girls, depending on how you define it, but they're not whores. So there you have it.
They stay away from those areas. There are areas that you go to and you get this treatment and they cook for you and they call you Poppy and all that stuff. But let me tell y'all what I also know. A lot of the men.
Okay, y'all heard the stove story. She called me Poppy in her own area.
Men who walk up and down the street who are buying these women, they are men who cannot get women in their former country. And these.
Okay. Now we're into the shaming realm. And I really hate this because it's so easily debunked, but it still must be debunked. You can't get women in your foreign. Listen, it don't matter. It don't matter. See, I go to the auction to buy my cars. Every time I'm looking to get like a new used car, I never buy a new car. But every time I go to get a new used car, I go to the auction. Now, it's not because I can't afford a car or I am incapable of getting a car at a car dealership or whatever, or not even that I can't even afford a brand new car. But it's more that I get the best deal for my efforts at the auctions. It's simple logic, and I would apply that to anything. You go where you get the best. Like I said, listen. I said before on a couple episodes ago that I go to the Dollar General, or not Dollar General, Dollar Tree, where everything is 99 cents or less, to get certain things like soaps, paper towels, not tissue because they got the generic kind, but certain things. Like if I have like a desire for something, I think it'll be in a Dollar Tree, I'll go to it. Aspirin. And that's because why would I, if I could spend and get a 3-pack or 6-pack of Advil for $1, and I know that it costs like $4.99 at a regular store, I'm gonna go to the Dollar General. It's as simple as that. All right, let me start playing longer.
Women are trying to get every dollar. They're gonna have you buy clothes for them. They're gonna have you take them and get their hair done. This is going to be maintenance. You are going to be a simp who is paying by the hour, by the day.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are you familiar with that study that says 2 in 3 women had admitted, or is it 1 in 3 women had admitted to going on dates with men just for the free meal in America?
Well, I think I have heard of that, but in some of these countries, you're going to pay for nails, you're going to pay for hair, you're going to pay.
And
for shopping.
what do men pay for here? Are you familiar? Are you familiar with that? Is her name Sweetie, who talked about she not messing?
I don't know none of them. I don't listen to that kind of music.
Are you familiar with the American culture that talks about if men aren't making a 6-figure, the high value earner, then they don't want him because they just want men for their money? Are you familiar with these?
Yes. You know what, Chantel? Let me tell you. Number 5. That's number 5. This is
my point is,
hold
because
on
I don't.
One second. Let me tell you.
No. Listen. Before you go into that, we're having a dialogue, Meg. Calm down. Just calm down.
I asked you just
those things that you're presenting. You're saying that these women in Dominican, we're going to use Dominican Republic because that's what you're familiar with.
That's my only
Those women in Dominican Republic are using men to pay for nails. You said that these women are using men when they have another man. When sometimes
they're not using men. Let's clear that up. This is an equal trade. It's an equal trade, honey. They're not using men.
So then what is my question is, what is the difference? What is the difference? What is the difference with them?
Okay. She's all over the place because she's being deliberately deceitful. Though what she's saying is true. Because she first was talking about the women who you be with and you get their hair and nails done, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, this is true. What she is describing is true. In fact, many of the interactions that I had with Dominican women have been to the tune of that, to where they ask to get their nails done, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you pay for it and stuff like that. And you also pay for a lot of little stuff. And by little stuff, like cotton candy, not necessarily cotton candy, but that's what comes to mind. But like little stuff from street vendors who vend around and they have snacks. There's a certain fruit that they eat that looks disgusting to me. And then there's the one that looks like a pear and it's actually very good. So she's not wrong in that she will be paying for that. That really falls to me because nails, I think it's like $7 to get for a woman to get her nails done. It's not very expensive at all there. That to me falls under the miscellaneous spending category that goes into pretty much everything you do with American women. The only difference is that you are almost guaranteed sex. I can't imagine a situation where a woman would spend that much time with you during the day and not sleep with you. At least abroad. Here, that's commonplace. but there that doesn't happen. So that is one major caveat. But when you date an American woman, and even nails, they often ask you to pay for shit, a bunch of miscellaneous shit, and then they ask for the bigger hit. The bigger hit being something like an expensive dinner or some crap like that. I will say that I don't really think that that's a problem. I don't. Like, oh, you're being suckered out of your nails. It's like, really? $7? That's literally less than 2 cups of coffee. I eat hot chocolate, or I drink hot chocolate. But that's literally less than the Starbucks date that women here feel that they're above. They feel that they are above a Starbucks date. Listen, tell your story. And it was no big deal, right? I wonder if it was the same chick I did the stove thing with. No, I was in Santo Domingo getting a massage, and she asked for money to get her nails done. I was like, okay, I'll pay 500 pesos, $10. And she went. By the time I was done with my massage, she was done with her nails. And, I looked and her nails were cool. Like, it wasn't a big deal. But to her, you're tricking, you're a simp, you're this, and this. This is her trying to shame you because she wants that $7 or $70 or $700.
Doing that over the Dominican Republic and
It's
them doing that here in America. So what is the difference? What is the difference then if they're prostituting in the Dominican Republic and they're prostituting here in America?
You guys are dating here, trying to get women, and over there you have to sell. You have to buy women. You only buy.
But you have to buy women here too.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You just
those women who are saying $200 for the first date.
You know what?
Okay, and this is where they disingenuous. Look at the look on Chantel's face. Look at her. Look at her. As far as I know, Chantel don't smoke weed, but she look high right there. She's just so aggravated and frustrated that it makes her look like a stoner. Look at this. She is frustrated. So she mentioned the nails and the hair and stuff like that. She mentioned all of that. And then, because that would be considered, see, stuff like that falls under the dating category. That falls under the dating category here and there. But she wants to move the subject, the topic out because it's too similar to what men do here. See, she realized in the course of her talking that, oh, wait a minute. They do stuff like that here. American women ask for stuff like that. That's just dating. So I'm going to say, no, it's prostitution. I'm going to ignore that there are guys there that are just dating the same way they would in America. And then I am going to focus on the prostitution that exists here, there, and everywhere. Somebody says, what's Chantel's IG? All right. I mean, Chantel, if you hear, give it to him, but I don't think that, well, yeah, if you're here, give it to him. I'll leave that alone. Okay.
Have to sell. You have to buy women. You only buy.
But you have to buy women here too.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You just
those women who are saying $200 for the first date.
You know what? Let me tell you something, Chantel. Let me tell you a little secret. Men who are on top of their game don't have to buy crap. Okay, you don't have to. Buy
you're
okay. Okay, so men who are on top of their game don't have to buy crap. Let's see. Let's see some men who are on top of their game. Let's just take a look at men who are on top of their game. All right. What the hell? All right. My computer's acting up. But basically, here I'll put the site there. I'll put it in the chat room. Basically, if you look at all of the divorces, these celebrity divorces from men who are on top of their game, you know, including here, I could do it on a separate screen. Oh, no, I can't. Hold on. So I could go down the list on a separate screen to show you. All right. Oh, Lawrence Fishburne and his wife just broke up. But hey, you're supposed to be on the top of his game, right? Let's see. Melinda Williams and D Nice. Morgan Freeman. Oh man, he must not have been on top of his game. Morgan Freeman, really? Oh crap. He has $400 million. He's not on top of his game. Oh crap. Morgan Freeman. Let's see. Who else? Oh, Tony Braxton and Carrie Lewis. Oh crap. He must not have been on top of his game. Oh, Common wasn't on top of his game because he broke up with Serena Williams. He wasn't on top of his game. Shaquille O'Neal wasn't on top of his game. I mean, literally, you've seen his free throws. He's not on top of his game. You know. Oh, Jermaine Dupri. He wasn't on top of his game. That's why that happened. Oh, let's see. Who else? Rihanna and Matt Kemp. He must not have been on top of his game. That's why that happened, right? Christina Milian and The Dream, and Christina Milian and Lil Wayne, and Christina Milian and Nick Cannon, and Christina Milian and me. She wasn't. These guys wasn't on top of their game. You know, that's what happened. They weren't on top of their game. Oh, Eve Marcel and Lance Gross. Lance Gross wasn't really on top of his game. You know, these are guys that weren't on top of their game. Yeah, Dr. Dre wasn't on top of their game. You know, Gabrielle Aubrey, he wasn't on top of his game. You know, these are the men that American women reject. Let's see, Shantae Moore and Kenny Lattimore. Kenny Lattimore wasn't on top of his game. Oh, Nas and Khalees, because Nas, he's not on top of his game, right? These are guys that's not on top of their game. Let's see, Seal and Heidi Klum wasn't on top of his game. I don't know who this dude is. It says Pat and Gina Neely. I don't know who they are, so I'm not going to say that. Let's see. Nicki Minaj and Scarface. Apparently he wasn't on top of his game, right? Tay Diggs and I can't pronounce her name, but I guess Tay Diggs isn't on top of his game. Let's see. Ben Sean, don't know who that is, but apparently he's not on top of his game. Wiz Khalifa and Amber Rose. Yeah. Oh, Paula Patton and Robin Thicke. Nick Cannon, Mariah Carey. These are guys that's not on top of their game. Chris Rock and Michaela. These are guys that's not on top of their game, right? Bill Gates, people are saying that, you know. Anthony and Tarsha Hamilton. I don't know who they are. Kelly Price and Jeffrey Rose. Yeah, that guy wasn't on top of his game, right? Jordan Sparks and Sage Gemini. Yep. These are guys that are not on top of it. Oh, what about this one? Omarion and April Jones. April Jones just told Omarion, go home, Roger, because he wasn't on top of his game. It's okay. So we get the point. The bar is completely different. Channing Tatum, you know that guy that's that guy who's like the handsome white guy of that whole clique. Yeah, he wasn't on top of his game. Michael B. Jordan wasn't on top of his game. Like the list goes on and on and on. So if you are not on top of your game, then guess what? You are in the same category as Michael B. Jordan. Salute to you. Salute to you. Those, all right. This is you, fellas. Be proud of yourself if you're not on top of your game. This is you. This is you. You are in company with this guy. This guy is also seeking a wife here in the States. And this guy is having trouble finding a wife here in the States because he is not on top of his game. And as a result, this guy is single here in America. So, Michael B. Jordan, she's talking to you. You need to do more. I don't know what more they want than you. I think that they want more crunches. You are missing pecs. You should have 10 of them. You only have 8. So, all right. Now that I completely debunked this whole, you're not good enough. Let's continue.
Nothing. Nothing.
We're gonna focus on one
husband,
point.
My husband didn't have to buy me, honey.
We're going to focus on one point at a time, right? The woman, you said that the women in Dominican Republic are using men. They have their men and they just want these men for their resources. When there are women in America who are doing the exact same thing. They're bold about it. We have OnlyFans. We have people making millions of dollars from OnlyFans in America. The Tinder, where you can just swipe left, and if he can buy her a meal, then he can pump and dump real quick. I'm just trying to get what your point is when you're saying. My point is this:
prostitution. You're absolutely right, sister. Prostitution exists in America, and prostitution exists around the rest of the world. Even India, you can buy some booty. Okay, let's be clear about that. Prostitution is not only in.
Why in the hell did she mention India? Why did she mention India as if we were under the impression that India was the only prostitute-free country in the world? Like, even India, like, we would be surprised that it happens in India. That was weird. This chick is on one.
In these other countries, it's everywhere in the world. Okay, no doubt about it. But when I'm saying this is the myth I'm trying to dispel, that you're going to go there and meet someone who loves you for you. That's not necessarily even close to the truth. They are there to sell you a period of time. That's it. They're going to use you and get everything they can, and you have to be able to finance it. Go over there broke and see what happens. Go over there and you don't.
But it's the same thing over here. I really don't understand because it's the same thing over here. These women are using these men over here.
People.
Oh God, she's trying to say it's different using. Basically, what dating is the prospect of love. You're paying for the prospect of love or sex. And she's saying that that's what they're doing there. And Chantel is trying to explain. Look at Chantel's resting face. Now, remember what I said earlier about those, stone-faced bitches? Because Chantel practiced regular smiles between her, frustration eras, she don't get that, stone-faced, weed-smoking, ugly bitch look about her. This is her random face. This is a random pause. Watch this.
These modern.
Watch this. Look at the cheekbones.
These
y'all see that?
Who are using?
Y'all see that?
These men who are
there.
Y'all see that, right?
Are lots of men.
You have to make 6 figures.
There are lots of men out here who are on top of their game, and they don't have to pay for women's time in America. If you're not on your game, you end up.
Top of his game. Top of his game. Top of his game.
Up getting pimped by women, no doubt about it. You get to be a simp if you're not on top of your shit. There are lots of, excuse me, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. There are lots of men who do not have to buy women. When you, I'm telling you, I know for a fact there are men who do not have to buy or get prostitutes. They do
And
not.
I know for a fact that there are men who travel to Colombia and did not have to buy wives.
I'm telling you that most of these brothers are gonna find out when they get there. That
But no,
everything is paid
man.
for
You
play.
heard what you heard what I say. You know for a
You
fact
don't
that
have the
there are men.
experience to know that, sister. You
Men-
actually don't know that.
He was just on, and you waited until he left for you to call
No,
up.
I didn't wait.
Because
I
Andre
just
was
looked
just
up
on.
and see all the
You
time.
say you know for a fact that there are men in America who don't have to pay to get wives. I know for a fact
They
that
don't,
there are
they just
passport bros, and I know for a fact that there are passport bros who don't have to pay to get wives. What is your point?
They have to be passport bros because maybe they don't have an option. How about that?
No,
Maybe
no, they
don't
have
an
option. I know for a fact that they.
Okay. Basically, she's trying to make it into an either or thing. It's not a matter of if a person has options. It is a matter of the options being better there than here. So say you have a person, right, who is in a situation, let's just say we're talking about like an early civilization, right? And there's a village that has swamp water, and then there's a village that has clean water. Now, every now and again in the swamp water village, it rains. So yes, during that time, they have clean water that came from the sky. But outside of that, they drink the swamp water. So yes, they do have the options. However, the probability, as we mentioned before, the likelihood of drinking clean water is more commonplace if you live near the Nile. But according to her, you die of thirst if you.
They have options with
They
with
say they do,
earners.
but you don't know that.
So then how do you know that the men that you are referring to in America?
And another thing, it don't really matter if you have options. And this is what I want fellas to get in their head, right? Because I'm gonna give it the whole Boolean thing, like it's either or. Like a man either has, all the options in the world, or he has no options whatsoever. I'm going to do that for a second. And then I'll play both sides. If you are a man that has all the options in the world, meaning that you are that dude, for whatever reason, you look at her, you look at a woman and she drops her panties because you have that look. You give her the Dwayne Johnson eyebrow and then, she drops her panties. Let's just say you're that dude, right? It would still be in your best interest to go to where the women are attractive. Like if I had the ability to give the certain stare, if I could just do the stare and then the women drop their panties, I would go to where there's a bunch of beautiful women and I would give the stare. So that's your reason to travel. Now let's take the complete opposite reason to travel, and that is you can't seem to get laid by American women. Then you go to where you can get laid. It's not really difficult. Like if you can't afford a house in California and you want to buy a house, then you go to where you can afford a house. It's not rocket surgery or brain science. It's neither of those things. Hit the like button.
Okay.
How do you know that they're not just saying that they do? because
I
the
have plenty
gentleman
of
that
friends
I'm
who are-
referring to has evidence.
I have
He
plenty
has the
of friends
proof.
who are married to very good, great men, and they had a natural, normal male and female dating pattern that had nothing to do with prostitution or buying.
All right, let's move on from that because we're talking in circles.
I know you want to move on from that. I know
you're saying that then men should stay. Quick question, right? Passport bros, right? No, we're not talking about the ones who want to go for prostitute. We're talking about the ones
that's what
who
they're
want
gonna
wives.
find when they get there.
Okay, man. Okay. Because we're using the ones who did not find prostitution.
Y'all keep telling
as
these
an
men they're gonna
example.
go there and find a woman. Let me tell you. Y'all.
Let me ask you a question. Wait, real quick.
All these women who are.
For those of y'all who just coming in, please go ahead and hit the like button. Miss Shawn, I see you in here. Man, we're having a dialogue. You're moving the goalposts, but I wanna move forward with it. So we're gonna hop on to the next part of the conversation. Real quick, are you married?
Chantel, you trying to get past what I'm talking about, and I didn't get to number 5. Remember, I was telling you I had a number 5. I had a number 5.
Look on Chantel's face. Both Black men and Black women should travel overseas to find what they are looking for. Black women that care about this are the ones that are stuck on the Black love boat, which is sinking day by day. Yeah, it is sinking day by day. And you know something? Y'all holding the drill. Y'all are the iceberg. Y'all are the reason that it's sinking. So, Tamiko White, what country would you like to go to? I'm curious. What is this country that Black women should go to? Let me know in the chat room. Because I am kind of curious, like, where is the place that is sitting down saying, dang, I wish I had more Black American women here? I'm curious. I'm curious. Let me know. Just send an email or send a message. Thank you.
Can we talk about number 5? This is about
talk about your number 5, man.
So you don't really want to discover from somebody who's seen it close. You don't want to talk about it.
I'm trying to understand. The title of today's conversation is tell us why you're mad at Passport Bros. You call up and said that you're against.
I'm trying to tell you because
you call up and
which country do they divest to, sweetie? That's what I'm asking. Please let me know which country is looking for a, put it like this. Where are you getting a better deal? Because the SYSBM dudes and the passport dudes, passport bros or whatnot, they see you as a bad deal. And for whatever reason, y'all claim that we're the bad deal. And I say, okay, where's the better deal? Because the guys who do that, you know, the Dennis Sperlins, the Pablo Frescobars, et cetera, you know, these guys tend to have destinations that they go to. Ah, here we go. Ha! Italy, France, Spain, Denmark, Amsterdam, Holland. Nope, and nope. They are not offering you better deals, sweetie, and you know it. Let's see. The last 3 I got Black female friends over. Sweetie, that is the wrong there. Happily in great relationships. Black women have options and Black men have options. Let's go. I'm not saying y'all don't have options. I'm saying that we are the best options and y'all shit on it. But Find better. Find better. I mean, hey, tell me about their experience in Amsterdam. Because as I understand, like, Amsterdam is where, like, European men go for free weed or for legal weed and prostitution. And yeah, you're making this up. You're making this up. And it's far. I mean, Europe is further than South America, and it most certainly is farther than the Dominican Republic. Which means that even if this was true, you would actually have to go further, a lot further, to find decent dick. That's pretty sad. All right.
And said, you call up and said, yes, you call up and said that they're selling lies and it's prostitution over there. We talked about basically the same thing that's happening over there.
Yes, African community, because it's closer. They're both in the Eastern Hemisphere. It's closer. And yes, just like we have a Mexican immigrant population, they have an African immigrant population that is primarily full of men who travel for work, and then they bring their wives, and their wives have daughters. That is not you. That is not you. Nobody is asking. Yes, people enjoy the company of cultured women from Africa. There's a certain humility that comes from them that y'all just don't have. Nobody wants a stuck-up bitch from America. I want y'all to bring y'all exact same standards there that you do here. It's no dice.
Dominican Republic is happening over here in America.
So you do promote and support the prostitution that's over in those countries.
No, I don't. No.
That's what you're gonna run into though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You're gonna run into prostitutes everywhere, man.
America is racist and colorist towards Black women. Europe is more open-minded and not so hung up on skin or race. No, I agree. Listen, sweetie, I agree. As I mentioned before, the masseuse that I was going to was married by, even though it's not European, a Canadian guy. I agree that there are a group of white men who love dark-skinned women. What I'm saying is that they also do not come to America. That Canadian dude, the one that gave Chantel Simone $100, is not coming to America. Oh, say, can you see? I'm not coming to America because the bitches are fat with wigs. You see, the thing, listen, it's not your skin color. It's your you color. It's your you. It's because you're you that they're staying away from. Who is sex touring here? All right, those places that you mentioned, where are they sex touring here? Are they coming here for you? No. People who want Black women, they go to the same place that Black American men go for Black women, like the Dominican, like Haiti, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take you to Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, pretty mama. They're not talking about you. That song don't have fucking Newark in it, and it don't have Jackson, Mississippi in it. Name them. Name the European white guy, Christian Grey type guy that just flew in to Mississippi to find love. Yes, there exists a lot of white men who fetishize dark-skinned Black women. or I shouldn't even say fetishize, who are attracted to dark-skinned Black women. And they go elsewhere. They go elsewhere, sweetie. Elsewhere. They're on their first flight to Wakanda or Zamunda. Elsewhere is where they go. It is your personality. Even if a person is colorblind, they're not tone deaf or stupid. You offer an inferior deal than everybody else in the diaspora. And that is why you must fly to Europe and everywhere else have Europeans flying to them.
No.
So you're going to tell me that women in America don't, you're telling me women in America don't use men for money. You're going to say that right now at 8:31 Eastern time, what day it is, September 18th, you're going to tell me that women in America don't use men for money. When a study says 1 in 3 women go on dates just for the free meal. When we have women on panels after panels talking about if the date isn't at least $200, she'll never go. Talking about, oh, a coffee date is beneath them. There was a post that went viral
already. I've memorized them. I got you.
There was a post that went viral talking about how when he said his fiance didn't demand too much, they just had great conversation and intimate time. And so many women were saying that she sold herself short. That's the culture we live in. Chantel, so you're going to tell me that in America, women aren't using men for money?
Chantel, I know these talking points already. I know where you're going with it. But this is the thing.
No, Matt, listen, hear me out, right? I'm really trying to have a conversation.
Oh, my God. All right. You don't ask for it. Tamiko, sir. And y'all see the condescending sir with the comma afterwards? Like, sir, y'all could see the condescendingness of the letters. So, sir, by the next U.S. Census, there will be fewer Black women in the U.S., not since the Great Black Migration of the 1900s. Will you see more Black women exit America? Black women have woken up and are gone. Oh, God damn it. God damn it. Only a Black American woman would see that as a good thing. Sweetie, honey, baby. You ever think that the reduced population of Black men and women is due to the fact that people aren't willing to fuck you as much as they were during the Great Migration? You ever wonder if that's the reason, sweetie? You ever wonder if the reason that the population is lower for Blacks is because grandma had 8 kids, mama had 2, and you had 1 or 0? You think that that might have something to do with the reduced population? But somehow you assume that the few thousand women who travel abroad is putting a dent in the population. No, it's the fact that y'all wait until y'all are 39 years old to start to settle down and have a family. You wait till you're 39 and you have 4 eggs, hoping and praying that the sperm meets it. That is the reason that the population has dwindled. There is rudimentary mathematical understanding of what's going on here. Okay, American Mud said, I really want to have 8 kids. And those of you who have seen her Instagram page, y'all really want to give them to her. But yeah. Baby deletion is a major dent in it. It's a lot more babies being deleted than there are women traveling abroad to live.
I am
You
really
don't
trying to
want me to
have the
talk.
conversation with you. Are you going to tell me? Because you said that it does not happen in America. I need for you to clarify that. Same way how these women in Dominican Republic are using these men for money. Are you telling me that?
All right. Honestly, the ugliest race of women to me is Asian. And the more specific, ugliest nationality is a cross between Tongan and Samoan. I don't like them big. I don't like the big ones. And the most attractive just so happen to be African, which is Eritrean or Ethiopian. So there you go.
That it's not happening in America?
Chantel, what did I say a minute ago? I said prostitution is in
Just,
India and every
ma'am,
other country.
let us have the let us just have the conversation like we're 5-year-olds. We're 2 5-year-olds.
I don't need to talk like
Oh crap, look at her face. Look at her face. Look at her face. When she get frustrated, she look high. She is getting frustrated with this chick. Look at it. This is classic.
Happen in America. I need for you to clarify that. Same way how these women in Dominican Republic are using these men for money. Are you telling me that it's not happening in America?
Chantel, what did I say a minute ago? I said prostitution is in
Just,
India and every
ma'am,
other country.
let us have.
Oh crap! Look, she's like rubbing her temple. It's called temples, right? Not the thing that y'all want to rub on, Chantel. I'm talking about her temples, that area on the head that you rub. Like she's rubbing her temples. Like, oh dang.
Let us just have the conversation.
Both of them. Somebody said more Asian women for me. It is not more Asian women for you, because what they lack in looks and what they lack in like bra size and shit like that, they make up for it in submissionness and the ability to hit cartwheels and shit like that. So, you know, that's that. Listen, there's nothing wrong with being third place. It just so happens that there's only 3 races. But yeah, no, it's not more for you. It's not more for you.
Like we're 5-year-old. We're 2 5-year-olds.
I don't need to talk like I'm 5 years old. I'm intelligent.
You trust me, sis. Trust me. You need to have the conversation like you're 5-year-old.
So you're insulting now. That's a little aggressive.
I'm saying you need to have the conversation like you're 5-year-old, so I can understand where you're coming from.
I don't need
to have that conversation.
I can talk like I'm an intelligent woman.
Talk to me like I'm 5. All right, ma'am. All right, sis. I'm 5. Talk to me like I'm 5. Talk to me like I'm 5. Yes or no? Are you saying that it does not happen in the States? Women don't use men for money in the States, even though all the studies shows that they do.
Chantel, listen.
No, listen. Ma'am, go to your number.
Listen for a second. Chantel, I have 4 degrees, honey. 4 degrees. 3 of them are graduate. I don't need to talk like I'm a 5-year-old, okay? Just so you know. You want me to go to number 5?
What's number 5?
Let
me show y'all something.
No, ma'am, go to your number.
Listen for a second.
Look at this. Look at this.
I have 4 degrees.
That's water. Chantel is drinking water right now, wishing that it was alcohol. She wished she could take a shot, but she don't drink. At least as far as I know, she don't drink. So she's drinking water and pretending like it's alcohol so she could put up with this bitch.
Honey, 4 degrees. 3 of them are graduate. I don't need to talk like I'm a 5-year-old, okay? Just so you know. You want me to go to number 5?
What's number 5?
Number 5. Don't get frustrated. You called and you wanted somebody.
No, honestly, and my heart goes out to you because I don't think you realize think you realize just how difficult you are to talk to. But go ahead, number 5.
Number 5 is this. Number 5 is this. That you guys, you brothers, and I'm trying to talk to black men to be helpful. Okay, I'm not on here trying to combat you. I'm telling you, to the brothers, I've seen a lot of stuff go wrong. And I do have a quick story to tell about my husband's friend who
like
brought one over here and how that turned out. I can tell you, he thought they was in love. But anyway, number 5 is this, you guys. What I have found out, and I want all these brothers to understand, you have to have a lot of money. You need to probably be making about 6 figures to be a real passport bro. I don't know if they're telling you guys that, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because in order for you to actually go and live abroad, you have to have a lot of money in order to buy property, in order for you to go back and forth, and all the legal fees. And there's hustlers, and there's scams, and there's robbers, and there's thieves. There's a whole lot of stuff. Even the real estate agents work along with the lawyers to defraud you out of your money. I've seen these scams go on, but you need to buy property.
Okay. She's not wrong about gringo prices. They do exist. She's talking about, listen, most of the guys I know that expat, like when I'm near and I talk to the guys that live there, they're ex-military. And shout out to Taylor Made Dreams. I met him in person. These are not guys, as far as I know, they're not like 6-figure guys. And if they are, they don't live a lifestyle that reflects that they're 6 figures. So now she's trying to economically scare you. She's trying to say you can't afford to live there. If I think that the hotel / like mini apartment that I lived in costed like $300 a month. Now it wasn't like what I have here, granted, because I don't have a yard or a garage or anything like that. However, it did have a dining room, a kitchen, bathroom, and bedroom. I'm trying to think. It also had like a little nook at the top. And yeah, at the end of the month, it was like $300. Now that's in Puerto Plata. And remember that chick who I bought the stove? Her rent, which I agree, most U.S. citizens wouldn't live there, was about $100 a month. But it didn't have a shower head or a toilet seat or anything like that. So I wouldn't recommend that. Now you could rent it and you could buy a toilet seat and all that, like you in a stove and all that crap. But yeah, so it's not more expensive by any stretch of the imagination. She's talking about buying houses and stuff like that. And yeah, there is a stipulation to where you don't really get, you can't take out a loan to buy it, but you can also do a signature loan or a personal loan, especially if it's an investment here in the States, and they don't really ask why you are taking out that money. And the $210,000 home that I seen in Puerto Plata was a mansion. It was a mansion. It was huge. It was massive. And that was just $210,000. The Philippines is different, Ash, because Americans can't own property. They only get like 100-year leases there. But the point is that she's just trying to say, oh, you need 6 figures. No, you do not. You do not need 6 figures to live there.
Abroad, and you need to create an actual way of life and way that you can actually get money and maintain that life. And you're going to have to maintain that life along with this woman, okay?
It's
costs
interesting.
a lot of money.
Can I add something right here, please? Because you probably missed this point, but I did do the math, and I'm Jamaican, born and raised, and I reached out to my best friend who is currently living in Jamaica, and I asked her how much would it be for an apartment in Dallas that I'm currently paying $1,500 for. How much will that apartment be in Jamaica? And it's $700. Stefan was in the chat earlier, said the same thing. The cost of living in those countries much lower. Andre called up the cost of living much lower. So many people who travel to other countries other than Dominican Republic have testified to the cost of living being extremely cheaper in those countries. So can you please clarify why a man would have to make 6 figures when the cost of living alone for a single man is less than $1,000 a month?
It absolutely is right. You're saying it actually, I would say places, it's about a fourth cheaper than where you are now. Okay, and you usually have a better quality of life. You can afford more. You can afford better quality. But the thing that what I'm saying is that, you know, when I said that you probably need to be closer to six figures to live the quality of life, that still stands true. Quality of life.
Oh crap! Y'all see what this chick is doing, right? Y'all see what this chick is doing. Now she's throwing Range Rovers and crap like that on it, as if that's something that she paid for indefinitely. But she admitted that it was cheaper, and she still tried to find some way to weasel out of it. All right, so let's see. Oh, looky what we have here. All right, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 100 and well, now that is less than California, a lot less. 134,000, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Let's see. That's a nice looking place, if I do say so myself, and I do. That is a nice looking place. All right, let's see. 400. Let's see. 3-bedroom, 3-bath. So this is definitely high-end real estate, and these are the prices there. You know, these are like the beachfront places, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So she's talking about that, but most guys aren't living that here, so they're not trying to live that there.
Over there that costs more money. If you want to
what if he doesn't want a Range Rover?
Hold on 1 second, Chantel. Hold on. If you want to buy appliances, right, like quality appliances like TVs and stuff, they double and triple the price. So it's not just about the where you live, it's about all the other things that you want in your life, especially when you're not trying to go and live on the bare bones and you're not like poor. When you want to live really nice, you need that money in order for you to have a better or same quality that you have.
I'm not following you. I really want to follow you. I really want to follow this conversation.
What did I say?
Hear me out. If I said that it's a cost of living.
Okay. Yeah, this is frustrating because she just said that everything is less and it's less to lead a higher quality. It costs less to lead a higher quality life there. And now she's saying if you want to lead a high quality life, you're going to have to pay more. So she's actually just flat out lying.
$1,000, and we're including car payment, we're including rent, utilities, groceries, all of those things. You know what? Let's say 1,500. Let's say 1,500. Help me understand why a man would have to make six figures if his monthly expenses would be 1,500.
You don't have to.
But no, you just earlier, man. No,
be closer.
Two minutes ago you said that. 2 minutes ago you said your number 5 was that a man would have to make six figures.
I didn't say you but you would want to. You want to. You want to be close to that.
Do you want me to rewind the clip? Because
you said Chantel, I'm not denying that. I said you want to be closer to that.
No. I'm asking you. No, I'm asking you for clarification.
Everybody wants.
Why would you have to be close to six figures if your monthly expenses and this?
You want to be close to six figures. Everybody who is not making six figures or more wants to be closer to six figures. What is she talking about? You want to be closer to six figures. Yeah, you do. Everybody wants to be closer to six figures. What the fuck was that? No matter where you live, you want to be closer to six figures if you're not making six figures or more. So if a person was living there off of, say, 30,000, I'm pretty sure that person wants to be closer to six figures, but they are content with their 30,000 because it gets you more there than here.
This is you living with money all over. If your monthly expenses is 1,500, why would a man have to make six figures a year? When six figures is what, 10,000 a month?
I'm gonna answer. I said you would want to, so that you can have a better quality of life. And
that's everywhere,
because it costs more for some of the other things. Rent is cheaper.
That is everywhere.
But when you started buying appliances like I did, I have to actually literally bring a flat screen TV from the United States. I have to bring a microwave from the United States. I have to bring those appliances because when I tried to buy them in the Dominican Republic, they are 3 and 4 times the amount is what I'm trying to tell you.
You buy them per.
That is a lie. That is a lie. Now, I only bought one appliance here. Or, excuse me, I only bought one appliance there that I never really had to buy here. But a stove cost like $200. I wasn't making that up. I bought the stove. It cost like $200. I doubt that a stove here, if she says it's 4 times as much, I doubt that you get a stove here for $50. I doubt that. Is gas more expensive? Yes. And I'm pretty sure cars and certain imports are more expensive. However, this is not what she's saying now. But even if it was, appliances, you only got to buy them once. So Chantel said that she pays $1,500 and, you know, like in Jamaica is $700. So basically she would be saving $700 a month. And the first month she used that $700 to you know, buy all of the appliances. Even if it takes 2 months. That still leaves like the other 10 months of year where she is coming out ahead. And then the rest of her life.
Per month?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean per month. I'm saying.
Yeah, so we're talking, no, hear me out, because I'm talking about a man's monthly expenses being 1,500. He's moving into his house with everything furnished and everything already, right? You said that your fifth point was that these men need to make 6 figures. You said if you want to go over,
you would want to.
No, ma'am. You said,
well, let me clarify. You would
want
to. Let me clarify. You would want to.
Why would a man
Everybody
want
wants
to make 6
to.
That's
figures
what I just
if his
told
monthly
you.
but if his monthly expenses would be 1,500, why would he want to make 6 figures to be a passport bros? I'm not understanding that.
Okay,
point.
let me clarify. If I want to live like I live in the United States or above, okay, just take out rent and utilities. Those are cheap. Let's be clear. Those are cheap. But now I want to go and I want to drink every night at the bar and have fun, which is what a lot of the expatriates, that's what they call them, they do. Your alcohol bill is going to be consistently there. It's going to cost you more to drink every night or go to the bars.
Okay. I don't drink. But I don't think it's much. I don't even think it's more expensive. I do know that they have a drink called Presidentes. And I think Presidente is to Dominicans what Corona is to Mexicans. It's their national beer of choice. That's what I strongly suspect. I don't know how much it costs. Actually, I do, because I used to keep it in those little hotel mini fridge, just in case I had company that drank. But I don't remember it being that much. At most, I'd say like you get like a bottle for like $2. Now I don't know how much American drinks cost, but I can imagine it's around the same. And Pablo, you're in there. How much is a Presidente versus, you know, a Corona or a Coors or something shit like that? Like, you know, let me know, because I didn't really like. I wouldn't have bought it if it was excessively expensive. I'll put it like that. And also, locals drink, and I doubt that they would drink if it was 4 times as much as, you know, Americans drink. So I don't really think that she's being honest about that. But she's just trying to add up the expenses hoping that somehow it goes from $1,500 to $10,000. Because you're drinking like $8,500 worth of beer every month. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Presidentes was like $1.50. Yeah, it was. It was like less than 100 pesos. It was so cheap that brothers would give it to me. Like, the dude on the hotel next to me, he's like, "Hey, I'm about to head out, GameChanger. I got some extra Presidentes in the fridge. You want them?" It was like that. It wasn't like a big deal. So she's really trying to put 10 on 2. This chick is really stretching. She is really trying to get, look at Chantel's face. She is really trying to get fellas to not go.
All right, I'm gonna play a clip real quick. No, I'm gonna play a clip. I'm gonna play a clip real quick. I am going to play a clip real quick because what you're saying. No, ma'am, stay. Wait, I'm gonna play a clip real quick, right? Hold on 1 minute.
2 + 2 is 4 - 1 that's 3. Quick maths.
I'm playing that clip real quick because I'm hearing you and I'm taking notes
I go to
because
the Dominican Republic and I know that it costs a lot of money. And
okay, so I'm doing. You
don't want to hear it because you don't like what I'm saying. That's all.
I'm taking notes. I want to understand. So you said that we're gonna say that his monthly expenses.
I didn't say. I'm talking about outside of monthly expenses, honey.
No. I'm taking notes. You have 4 degrees. Did you take stats or accounting or anything like that? We gotta write these things down. So I'm gonna say his monthly expenses is 1,500. So you said a month, right? And then how much would you estimate that his drinks cost a month? Like going out to the bar, to the restaurant, going clubbing, how much would you estimate that costs a month?
I tell you what you might want to do is actually interview somebody who's an expatriate, and you might want to actually ask them how much.
So you mean to tell me that you called up and said you had all these experience?
Oh my God,
passport, bro.
You're not accepting what I'm telling you.
No, I'm trying to understand. Yes, you said the man would want to make close to 6 figures if he wants to live comfortable. You said that you want to help these black men. I am trying to.
Okay, so she's going to stretch the definition of comfortable as much as she possibly can in order to say that, Now, I will say this. We spend here a lot of money on stuff that we don't need just to do things like keep up with the Joneses, just to impress, just to, like Kanye West say, we're self-conscious, we're insecure, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's why you get the new Jordans and stuff like that. We do that a lot here. Here you have single people living in 3-bedroom homes. Ask me how I know. And that's not really necessary there. You can definitely downsize and still live comfortably. Like somebody said in the chat room, name brand appliances are expensive there. Name brand is not important here. Name brand is not important there. So you're right. You can get a Kenmore, except like the stove that I bought. I don't think it was name brand. Maybe the name brand costs more, but you don't need that. You don't really need it in shoes and stuff. Like, it's not as important. I mean, it's important for things like comfort, but it's not really that important. The extravagance that people spend on cars, even homes and stuff like that, that's not necessary there. In fact, in most places, that's considered to be grandiose. Like you are flossing is not, it's tacky most everywhere else in the world. And in my opinion, it's always been tacky. Like, I mean, if you have, flaunting your haveness is not really something that a person should do on any economic scale. If you make 7 figures and, your friends make 6 figures and, you want to floss, then you can, but it's tacky. So, so you will find that you'll greatly reduce the amount of stuff that you spend money on.
to help them too, sis. So let us calculate how much he's going to have to make if he wants to be a passport bros, because the movement is lying. 1,500 is his. 1,500.
But let's look at this a little bit broader, okay?
Okay, of course.
Let's look a little bit broader. If the brother wants Michael Jordan shoes, right? And that's what he's used to doing, going to the mall and buying Michael Jordan shoes. They're going to cost him double the price, is what I'm saying. When he wants to go shopping, everything he does, he wants to.
Can somebody drop the price of Michael? Because you see, I want, like, honestly, no. Can
she is trying to say that Michael Jordan shoes, that you'll buy so many shoes that you need an extra, what is it, 6,500? She's trying to say that, like, every month, you just come with a whole new shoe closet. You see how evasive she is? This chick here, Tamiko. She needs to date out. She's married. And she's married to a black man. And you want to know why she's married to a black man, Tamiko? Because he's the only one that's conditioned to put up with her shit. That is why. Black men, see, people have to be conditioned to put up with bitches like this. They're not born into it. They're not born. Chantel can't even stand her ass. Like, she rubbing her temples and shit. She's showing calculators and stuff. I can imagine you have to be conditioned to put up with some crap like that. Just like you have to be conditioned to be a samurai, or you have to be conditioned to be like a Shaolin monk or something like that since birth. Like, you have to be conditioned to put up with bitches like this. And we're the only ones conditioned to put up with your shit. So don't miss me with that. Oh, they have crypto. Shut the fuck up. You that slow that you dropping panties because I got crypto. You're stupid. You're stupid. Crypto don't have, they don't even pay dividends. They got crypto. Non-black men are heavy into cryptocurrency. Shut your stupid ass up. EFT and blockchain and gold and silver and real estate. And okay, well, find them. Find them. I want you to go out and take your vagina. And I want you to dangle your vagina in front of a bunch of white dudes, right? And then I want you to show me the crypto nigga that bites it, okay? Show me the crypto dude or the gold and silver real estate dude that bites it. Show it to me. Show me. Because unless you are working on some Tika Sumpter / Eve shit, you're not getting a crypto white boy. You're not. Ever! But prove me wrong. Wave your vagina and show me what bites.
Somebody please drop the price of the Michael Jordan shoes. I don't know. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to really write it down, ma'am. Because you said that.
Me, Chantel. You don't want to actually hear my knowledge. You don't want to hear.
At this point, you're funny. I'm trying to figure out. You said that the man needs to. And you see, 250
you don't
for
have
Michael
any
Jordan
experience,
shoes.
and you're trying to act like you're an expert. You're not.
And ma'am, I'm trying to learn from you. I'm trying to learn.
With no knowledge,
you said that the man needs to make more than close to 6 figures if he
Y'all
wants
know
to be
what?
comfortable.
Just have your pockets ready, because them women are gonna cost money and all that stuff.
Yeah,
is gonna cost a lot of money.
So men, get your pockets.
She's married to a black man. Well, she dies poor and mad. LOL. She made a bad choice. Her bad, not mine. Isn't this the same chick? Isn't she the one who like owns property in Dominican? And she has spare time to go out and interview prostitutes and shit? How is she gonna die poor?
Pockets ready, because as of now, it's going to cost you $1,750 a month, and that is including your Michael Jordan shoes.
Let me tell you another reason why it's going to cost money. Because guess what? They're going to have to buy that house cash. They're not going to be able to rent forever. You know that?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that in the Dominican, they say you've been renting too long. Apparently, let's just say after 2 years, somebody just, excuse me, sir, you've been renting too long. You got to buy now. Like, excuse me? Like, yeah, you can't rent anymore. Well, are you kicking me out of this place? No, I'm kicking you out of the country. Hurry up and buy. That's what they do in the Dominican. Hurry up and buy. You buy now. Now. What in the hell is up with this chick? You can only rent for so long. After that, they refuse to take your money. And you can't just go to another place and rent or Airbnb or nothing like that. No, you can't do that. You must hurry up and buy for whatever reason. And and it's like a timer. It's like a timer. Like one day your smoke alarm is going to go off, and that's the day that you can no longer rent. And then like mustard gas will just fill up the house and you have to leave and they don't let your ass come back. Because you can't rent forever. How dare you continue to rent? Prostitutes carry germs and bugs between their legs. This is true. This is true. This comes from a guy who's had all of it. Sweetie, I had everything. And I'm not talking about herpes. I'm not talking about none of the permanent stuff. Everything that there is a cure for, I've had. And I didn't get it from prostitutes. Okay? I don't give a shit about that anymore. I keep penicillin just for non-prostitute domestic bitches, okay? Think I give a fuck? Yes, I'm not joking. I got an emergency supply of penicillin that my dentist gave me years back that I keep just for local bitches like yourself. You act like y'all immune to disease or some shit like that. And yeah, bugs, it's called crabs.
Really?
You know why you can't rent forever? Let me tell you, because there's a thing called immigration, and you have to get residency. You know what it's going to require you to get residency? For you to actually be able to stay longer than 30 or 90-day visa, you're going to have to actually buy property. That's going to cost you a lot of money. You're going to have to pay legal fees. I know, because I had to do it. You're going to have to set up you a bank account. You're going to have to transfer a big amount of funds, a whole amount of funds, because that's what they don't do. They don't have a credit system like we do over here when you get a mortgage. You have to come with your $180,000. This is why you need
180.
Yeah.
Well, I did. Conceited bastard. So what? So I did. And yes, you did. Everybody has had HPV or they're virgins. Why? Because HPV is condom proof. It comes from all the shit that's outside the condom that gets on your dick. So yeah, you had shit. And you probably got it now.
Yeah, for a nice big villa, yeah, about 180. Go look online. I know, because I checked.
Really? How many bedrooms?
We ain't talking about nobody living in an efficiency apartment here. We're talking about a home, like
a home.
States.
So yeah. what if
so if you need $180,000 to $200+
like how many bedrooms?
Guess what bracket you probably are going to have to be in order
Can you hear me? Cash. Can you hear me?
To pay cash, what bracket you're going to have to be?
I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Chantel, what bracket will you have to be?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm asking you. You said the 180,000 homes. I'm asking how many bedrooms? Like, are those big houses?
180,000 and up, maybe 3 or 4 bedrooms. Yeah,
3 and 4 bedroom. Okay.
yeah, nice.
And what
with
if
the,
what if a guy
nice with the
doesn't
look,
want?
don't forget the pool. Now you got to have a pool.
That's nice. What if a guy just wants his content with a 1 bedroom? Are you familiar with how many 1 bedrooms?
Does he
those
live in a
apartments?
1 bedroom here in America?
Yes, we're gonna assume he does. Yeah.
All
Actually,
of them
say
live in
2
1
bedrooms.
bedrooms. They live
Say-
like in a
say-
efficiency apartment here in America.
Yes. Say that's what they want when they go overseas.
No, you don't. That's what I'm saying. The quality of life being the same over there.
What the fuck? I wash my cooch with Dove soap. And my arse. Do you use a washcloth? I hope that you wash the cooch before your ass. Because from what you described, it sounds like you take the bar from your ass and put it on your pussy. That's what it sounds like. And sweetie, STDs is not like a bug or something like that. It's not like a roach that just sits on your vagina and shit. It's not that. That is not that. Dove soap is not an STD check, nor is it penicillin or something like that. What, you think you wash away gonorrhea? You think you wash away chlamydia and stuff like that? The hell is wrong with you? Oh, it's clean because I use Dove soap.
You're going to want to make about 6 figures in order for you to afford a home. And let me tell you why. Because in order for you to get your permanent residency, you're going to have to buy. You can't just do 30-day visa, fly back to America, go back.
Listen, they don't kick you out after 30 days. Why? Because I've been there longer than 30 days. Yes, you do have to pay a fine. The fine is not that expensive. There are people who go there for year-long sprints, and they only have to pay when they leave. They're like, oh shit, you've been here for a while. You got to pay something. And it's like $50. Like at most. That's for years that you've been there. You know, it's like 50. If you don't believe, ask Russell Taylor. He does that all the time. No, it's nobody knocking on people's door, kicking you out like, hey, you've been here 30 days. Listen, this is not Donald Trump and you're not Mexican. They don't have an ICE there to kick you out. I want you out, baby. There's nobody like that. Vanilla out, baby. She is really, and she knows this.
Back another 30 days. If you really want to settle, you have to buy the real estate. And that's what I'm telling you. The nice quality real estate that the average Black man would probably want is going to run him about $200, $180, and $200,000 and up. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So that brother needs to have money. You're not going to just be paying no monthly anything. I don't pay monthly anything. I own my property outright because I bought it cash. And that's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's one thing. So you're against passport bros because they don't tell these men that they need to have money.
Yes.
What's the other thing? What's another thing these passport bros fail to tell men about?
Well, yeah, the immigration part. You know, they gotta tell them that it's you're gonna have to get permanent immigration, and that's gonna either be a business investment that's significantly large because they have like a minimum on that, right? You have to invest.
You do not have to get permanent immigration. You do not. Put it like this. They do not enforce traffic laws. They don't have a means to enforce traffic laws, which is why I do not drive there. And I'm talking about the Dominican Republic. And those who live there or who visited there know what I'm talking about. You have to be used to, the way people drive out there because it's a lot more liberal because they can't enforce parking laws. Like the cops can give you a ticket, but who gonna check me? How you gonna make sure I pay? What you gonna do? I ain't paying you shit. What you gonna do? That's exactly the concept that lives there. So yeah, you can run a stop sign like right in front of the cops and they won't do shit. That being the case, they don't have an ICE or nothing like that. If you wanted to just hop on a tugboat and roll your ass there like a Viking and just wind up on the shore, then you can live there forever. And nobody's going to kick you out. Because it costs more to kick you out than it does to keep you. She is trying to create scare tactics. Like, oh, you got to do this. You gotta cross your I's and dot your T's. No. You just go and don't come back if you wanna. As long as you can, pay your $1,700 or $1,800 a month for your basic living expenses, above basic living expenses, then you are good.
I think it's 100,000 in a business, or you have to have significant amount of real estate value, and then you can apply for permanent residency. But it's still going to take you 3 years of you actually living there before they will give you permanent residency. And therefore, just the idea of you just showing up and thinking you're going to work or start a business is really tricky. Or you have to show up. Let me tell you the other thing. If you show up, I think it's like it's either $300,000 or $500,000. You have to prove that you have in your bank, or you have to have a retirement account. And then if you have that retirement account, they will allow you to get permanent residency. But you have to prove that you can afford your own lifestyle flat out, period, no matter what.
And this is for permanent residency.
That's
right. What about
hold on. In order for you not to have to leave every 30 to 90 days in most countries, when your visa would expire, yes, ma'am, you have to have real estate.
What about those men who want to stay who don't mind leaving the 30 to 90 days?
That's going to cost them money again. That's why I was saying it's going to cost them money. They're going to have to.
How much is that going to cost them?
My guess, it depends on how far. Now, if you're going all the way to Colombia, y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking it's about $500 to $800 for a round trip. And I know for the Dominican Republic, it's around $400. And you have to be careful not to go around high season, right? Because if you go around high season, it's going to cost you even more money.
She's still not. Chantel is looking because she's thinking like, where is this? If every 3 months you have to pay an additional $500, where is this whole difference of $6,500 coming from per month? So basically $19,500, but every month you got to pay $500. Okay, so I still save $19,000 every quarter.
Okay, well, honestly, who is it? Jay-Z said that which one is a bigger fool, the fool arguing or the person arguing with the fool? And men, you said that these men have to make close to 6 figures, but their
I said
rent and everything is
they would want
their rent. Yeah. Can you imagine my expenses is less than $2,000 a month, but I should want to make 6 figures? That's exactly why these men are leaving. I'm curious. What are your thoughts? Why do you think so many
6 figures, not based on monthly, but I'm saying 6 figures based on what's required for you to maintain yourself and the stuff the government is going to make you prove. Hold on one second. The government is going to make you prove your worth and value and your real estate before they give you permanent residency. That's why I said that. Okay. That's why.
So why do you
hold on one second. One clarity. If I only make $10 an hour in the United States, I don't have a chance in hell. If I only make $20 an hour in the United States, I don't have a chance in hell. That's all I'm saying.
Why do you think these men are?
Okay. Now, those of you who've been viewing my channel for quite some time, I think it might be like 2 years ago, I was actually in the Dominican Republic in the red light district. And I interviewed 2 prostitutes. And here's what I mean by interviewed. I wanted to just do something live from the Dominican Republic in the red light district. And 2 chicks came up, and y'all can go back and listen to the show. And if you speak Spanish, y'all know exactly what they were saying. So, I'm not making this up. And tried to sell me some pussy. And they wouldn't leave. I gave them, and y'all can hear it. It's still up. I didn't take it down. I gave them some money and told them in the best Spanish I could to buy some ice cream. And then they came back with a plate of French fries and offered me some. They wanted some money and dick bad. And then I asked them in the best Spanish that I could muster, how much for some pussy? To which they said 2,000 pesos, which equates to $40. Now, I don't know, and I never found out if that was for both of them. But the people who watched my show and spoke Spanish say that that was for both of them. So, $40 gets you a threesome, and I'm assuming that $20, maybe $25 gets you a one-some. Now, my thing about threesomes, if you're gonna pay for it, if you're gonna buy a threesome, which I wouldn't recommend doing, not because I'm against soliciting prostitutes, or I'm against prostitution or anything like that, but why not just buy one at a time and then you get two comes? I get a feeling that during a threesome, you get one cum for $40, but if you pay two $20 bills, I don't know. Maybe I overthink shit. I'm a frugal man, and yeah, maybe I overthink shit. Who knows how that works? But the point is that if you make $20 an hour and you work 8 hours a day, let's just take taxes out of it for a second. You make $160 a day. Of that, you pay 40, and it seems like you can have a threesome each and every single day for the rest of your fucking life. That's what it seems like. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. That's what it seems like. Now, I know that if you make $20 an hour here in the States, outside of charming your way into a situation like that, and even still, it's likely to be temporary. I don't know too many $20 an hour brothers that's getting down like that. I don't know that. So, yeah, it does seem like if you make $20 an hour, you're better off living there than here.
Getting their passports.
Not just for sexual reasons. For other reasons as well.
To leave. Why do you think so many men are advocating and who are on this get my passport train?
Do you want my honest opinion about that?
That's why I asked.
Okay, so you said, why do they want to get these passports?
In your opinion, why do you think these men are getting their passports?
I'm going to be honest with you, and just please don't interrupt me. I think that these are brothers who have a very difficult time. I think they're socially awkward. I think a lot of them are sexually, they either sexually deviant, maybe, or they don't have sexual.
What the fuck? What is a sexual deviant? I'm a sexual deviant. What the hell? What's a sexual deviant? Like, okay, here's how I define it. Someone who deviates from the sexual norms. So, yeah, if the sexual norm is like missionary position and you deviate from that, then yes, you are a deviant. I was a deviant the first time I bit a woman on the ass. What the hell is a fucking deviant? Like everything, I mean, like sexual norm. What's a sexual norm? You're a deviant. You're a deviant. You goddamn right. Hey, give me a lemon, a jar of Pepto-Bismol, and some mayonnaise, and I'll show you how much of a deviant I am. What the fuck is wrong with her?
Prowess, and I think that they may not be attractive or appealing to the women in most places across all races. And they are in a place of desperation. And this is a way you can just buy and pay for play. That's what I think. And I think some of them genuinely want love. And I think they really hope to tap into that. But I'm just afraid that, which I've seen many do, they run straight into this whole prostitution ring. They get pimped around and they don't find the love and the hope that they thought. That's what I've seen. My husband's friend did it. My husband's friend, he had a girl. He was staying in our place, going back and forth to Dominican Republic. He just absolutely fell in love with the place. The women were all over him. He found what he thought was a good girl. I don't think she was a prostitute, honestly. So I think he found what was a good girl. She actually came to my kid's birthday party, brought a gift and everything. She seemed nice. She didn't commit to learning English, but she was here. He brought her here after a whole year, and it took exactly 2 years. She left him for somebody else. And that's the thing. Once you bring them here, they're going to leave you for somebody who has more money. Matter of fact, while you're in that country, they're going to be dating multiple.
That sounds like every American woman ever.
Multiple men. Even if she's a good girl, she's going to have 3 or 4 other men that she's keeping her options open for. So I just don't want brothers to run over there thinking it's going to be instant love at first sight. Most of this is all prostitution.
He bit girls on the ass too. He spanked girls. Yes, I do. Yes. Yes, I do. What the fuck? Yes, I do. Especially if you like, if you're a license and you fucking with, yes, I do. You want to know why? Because I like to see the shit turn red. I shit you not. If you white, Asian, or light skinned, I like to see the shit turn red, purple if I can. I love to see that shit. I love to see like the smack, and then I remove my hand, and then it's like a red outline on my handprint temporarily, and then it goes back to normal. I'm a fucking deviant. Fuck what she's talking about. Trying to shame me. What the fuck do your husband do to you? What does your husband do to you that you call motherfuckers like me deviant? Fuck you. You regular dick and vagina woman, you? Fuck you.
And when you don't have any money, they're done with you. And if another man has more money than you, she's gonna leave you anyway.
They do that. Okay, we won't go back to that because you're saying that as if they don't do that here too. But I want to ask you, do you think that a lot of times when men are saying that they want fit, feminine, traditional minded women, do you think that there's a lack of those kind of women here? That's why they're choosing to go overseas to see if they can find it?
I think that's true.
So then how does that tie into what you said earlier about them being emotionally, like them being socially awkward?
I think that they don't find I think that they do not find the type of women that they want because I think that that's kind of rare. I think it's kind of rare everywhere. And what happens is the women, particularly in these countries like Dominican Republic, they've learned to play the part. They've learned that this is what men want. And
so you're stupid. You're stupid. Basically, what you're saying is that American women are so stupid that they haven't even learned to play the part. They're the assholes that wear a wife beater to a job interview because they haven't figured out how to play the part.
If you act and behave this way, you'll get what you want.
Play what part? What do you mean? Like the feminine part?
Yeah,
they play
absolutely.
a feminine. Do you think though?
So they better at playing feminine than you? What does that say about you? You can't even pretend.
Think there's a possibility that a lot of those countries tend to be more traditional, like it's like more patriarchy. So you think? So do you think that women in like those countries, they're not feminine at all? So they're just pretending to be feminine?
It depends on what you mean by feminine. If you mean that whole submissive,
let's use something that we can see. Yeah. Do you think a lot of those women are fit?
It's a mixed bag in Dominican Republic. I've seen now you're a fitness queen, so a lot of them thighs and their booty and stuff, you would say she's fat. You would call her fat. So it's hard to say, but I see a lot of real thick ones. They actually get more attention than the skinny ones over
Do
there.
you think so? We're gonna, because men
So
say
the
they
fat
want
ones
fit.
and the fat ones and the thick ones get.
Okay. She is really paying attention to Dominican prostitution dynamic. Now, the two that I interviewed weren't fat. And from what I've seen, like when I was there, I was in a city called Sosua, and they have a red light district there. And from what I've seen, nobody's really checking for the fat ones like that.
Get all the attention in Dominican Republic. I can show you some pictures. I got lots of pictures of this stuff.
Men say they want
Why in the hell has she got pictures?
fit, feminine, friendly, and traditional, right? And because we can't see friendly, we can't see feminine, we can't see traditional, we're going to use fit as an example. Would you say then that there are more fit women in America or in UK or wherever these men are flying from than there are in those countries that they're flying to? Dominican Republic, Colombia, Brazil?
The marriageable age women, I would say it's about probably the same as if you take out the Black community. If you take out the Black
no, we're not. We're talking about Black men. Come on,
okay,
it's a channel about Black men.
Okay, so let me say this: if you're saying, are there equally amount of fit women in the Dominican Republic as there are in the United States? My answer would be it was probably about the same. And let me say it clear. If you take out Black women are statistically
I just
overweight.
said we're not taking out Black women. A lot of these men
would
want
be
to
no.
date
Well,
Black.
then the answer
Okay.
would be no.
So then to that logic, right? And we can associate fit with feminine. We are going to associate fit with feminine. So that logic, if you're going to say we're talking about
and be masculine as hell. I've seen a lot of lesbians that are manly.
So if we're going to say that there are a lot more fit and feminine women in overseas in those countries and men want fit and feminine, then doesn't it make logical sense that they're going over there for more than just prostitution or whatever else you claim that they're going over there for?
I think in their situation, being that they don't get the attention from the women here, they can't compete.
But the women here are fat.
Right. And I'm saying that even the slim women who aren't fat, they can't compete for them.
All right. If you find yourself in a situation where you're competing, then that means it's not enough of it. See, you want to avoid competition for shit at all costs. If, say, you go to a store and there's one lemon and it's 8 niggas that want a lemon, so y'all fighting, and then somebody pull out a knife and another dude pull out a nunchucks and somebody pull a grenade out his ass, then really you should just walk away and go to like a lemon orchard or lemonry or wherever the fuck they make lemons, wherever you call like those places where they have a like tree after tree after tree of lemons. That's where you go. Because at the end of the day, you're looking at the ends, not the means. Yeah, the person who wins that lemon can say, yeah, I got the lemon. And then he makes like 1/8 of a cup of a lemonade, and that's it. That's it. That's all you got. She wants you to be focused on the journey. Listen, I don't care if I lose at a shitty prize. And I don't care if let me show y'all, as y'all know I would want to, as I know y'all want to see. Hold on. Hold on. Let me show y'all again. Actually, YouTube is going to take too long to load, so let me do it here. All right. Here we go. Kelly Stamps. Once again, everybody knows this is my crush. Kelly Stamps, right? She's quirky. She's cute with a nice body. And she does all kind of like cartwheels and shit like that, right? So let's just say I walk up to Kelly Stamps and I shoot my shot and she says no. She says no. Now, what that means at that point is that I am a loser in the game of fucking Kelly Stamps. I played the game, can I fuck Kelly Stamps, and I lost. Now, you can either just go into like, you know, oblivion and walk around with your head down for the rest of your life because you have failed in manhood. But no, you really just failed at the task of fucking Kelly Stamps. And if a lot of men succeeded in that task, then she would be very, very, very busy. If every man that wanted it got it, she would be very, very, very busy. So if I lost in that game, then I'm in good company. What's my point? My point is, she looks all kind of like East African. And if you go to East Africa, and you find yourself a Kelly Stamps and she says yes, then you won a different game. Now, somebody like her, somebody like this maid chick will try to say, yeah, but Kelly Stamps didn't fuck you. But, you know, you had to go to Ethiopia and fuck Stamp Kelly. Like, yeah, I did. And I just want to remind you that Kelly Stamps didn't want to. Yes, I know that Kelly Stamps didn't want to fuck me. I also know that Stamp Kelly did want to fuck me. She don't understand that men count successes and women count failures when it comes to mating and dating. And that's because men have far more failures than they do success. That's just anybody. If you go to a nightclub and you're asking for numbers, you know, you're not going to fuck every woman that you want to. Very few guys have it like that. That being the case, we're used to that whole thing. We don't feel like they're a loser. We don't feel like we're losers if, you know, we ask 10 girls for their number and 2 of us give it to her. We say, okay, we got 2 numbers. So she's completely missing the point. And she spent 8 years to try to develop this point, according to her. I would do all kind of freaky shit to Kelly Stamps. All right. Because I'm a deviant. Fuck out of here. All right.
So yeah, they need to go abroad. They absolutely have to.
That's 20%. We're focusing on the Black community. That's 20%.
No, don't focus on the Black community because you have
I know you have all kind, but my channel is focusing on the Black community.
You got white women,
and we are talking about the Black community. We're talking about the Black community.
You didn't say that.
Yes, I said. Yes, I said
annoying.
my whole channel is about the Black community, ma'am.
But you have a whole movement of don't date Black women. Don't you have that going on?
Don't date fat Black women.
No,
Don't date fat ones with baby mamas.
Have you heard of divestors? They don't date they're Black and they don't deal with Black women at all. You ever heard of that?
Oh, I thought you were saying
Why did she say divestors don't deal with Black women? Y'all don't like each other? Huh.
Chantel Simone's specific movement is don't date fat, long titty baby mamas. That's mine, but I don't know
about
the
Black
diversity.
and white and all colors, or just
don't
Black
date
women?
fat women. And since we're talking about the Black community, don't date.
Well,
fat
the Black community
Black
includes
women.
Black men who don't date Black at all. So let's take that. Let's look at this more broadly because there are Black men, a lot of them listening here, who will tell you, I don't date Black women. So we got to expand that and say, well, what about Ling Ling? What about, you know, Marisol? What about all those other women? They're here. So what is your excuse that you can't date other women that are here that are fit?
Okay, now she's creating a straw man of a man who don't date black women and Asian and white women don't date them. That's a very, very specific straw man.
You can't compete for them. That's all. They're here.
Alrighty. I'm shout out to you for calling up. I did want somebody to call up and present a logical perspective about
And I gave
why.
it to you.
No, it wasn't. No, ma'am.
It wasn't logical.
It wasn't logical. It breaks my heart. It really, really breaks my heart because you really do think that you were talking about logic. Your one of your reasons was that women over there use men and they're gonna switch up when over here.
No. I said
at least they hide over
pay for play culture. That's what I said. You're gonna run into pay for play,
ma'am.
If you think that you're gonna go over there and you're gonna meet women who love you for you and you don't have any money, you're gonna find out. Is all I'm saying.
And the same thing happens over here. They put it in the
but
song.
I don't promote prostitution, honey. I don't promote prostitution.
That is basically prostitution. That's new age prostitution.
I'm not.
That's new age. What you are promoting is new age prostitution. You're telling these men. You're telling these men to stay over here and date women who are going to use them for free meals and say that they need to pay $200 for the first date. That's what you are promoting, and it breaks my heart because you claim. I'm still talking. You claim that you have black men's interests at heart. You claim that you are married, and if we're living in a culture where 55% of the women are obese, why would you then tell black men, no, stay here, because if you go, they are going to use you for your money? Half of one, 6 dozen is another.
Okay, can I speak now?
I'm not done. What logic? It makes no logical sense for you to sit here and say that they're going to use men in Dominican Republic when they're doing that here too. So is it that you just want the woman in US or UK, wherever, to use the men, and you don't want the woman in the Dominican Republic to use them? I'm curious because the men are going to get used.
Can I answer?
I'm still talking. You can answer when I end my sentence. The men are going to get used either way if they're in America or if they're in the Dominican Republic. And I mean, shout out to you. You had the balls to come up and voice your opinion, say why you're opposed to the passport bros. And you're the only one in the 3 hours that I've been talking. You're the only one who had the balls to come up. But I wanted a logical perspective, and I tried to break down. I'm still talking, ma'am. I don't have as many degrees as you, but I did try to write it down, and I even brought out my calculator and I called myself one and counted. But if the cost of living per month is 1,500 in those countries, and you tell me that he's gonna go out for drinks, and the drinks are gonna be, you're yet to tell me how much the drinks are gonna cost.
He's got to afford the real estate.
The shoes that he's gonna buy is.
Hey, so press 1 in the chat if it turns you on that Chantel takes notes on shit. Hit the like button too, but press 1 in the chat if it turns you on that she take notes all the time. You know, that combined with she sometimes wear those dark rim glasses and shit. I don't know. It just gives her like that smart, student-y type shit going on that Chantel does without even knowing that she's doing it. Like you just sit there and with a calculator and shit with the glasses writing shit down. Yeah, for whatever reason. Yeah, that just I guess only one of you. Maybe it's just me. I'm a deviant.
It's $250. Shout out to Michelle. She keeps muting me. Ma'am, you have 4 degrees. Do you not understand when I said that you can talk when I'm done? A simple concept like that. You don't understand what that means.
You've asked me 3 questions and you won't let me answer.
I'm still trying to figure out. I want somebody to come up with a logical perspective. And as I said, shout out to you. You were the only one who had the balls to come up and say this. But I'm still trying to figure out why a man needs to make close to 6 figures a month in order to live in those countries when his cost of living is less than $2,000 a month. She left. with her 4 degrees, y'all. Shout out to everybody who
Okay. So I'm gonna stop right there. Now she's going to come back. She's going to come back, and I will cover the comeback when she gets back. Let's see. Yeah. So she's gonna come back and say some more stuff. That's not gonna be as long. I knew this was gonna be long, so I was covering a long video. So yeah, I set some time aside for that. But I gotta go now. So y'all didn't send anything. No. Oh well, no. I got the Cash App. So I like to thank Cash Apps, and I like to thank the managers and moderators and the members, those who listen silently, and those who participate in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. This is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.